stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes, you see, I know we couldn't make it, even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never, this is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta do, It's fight for millions, take a second, see the blessing in it. From much expected, much is given. One to make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness, yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let us see it brilliant. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it through like for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give insight away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going battle and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your blow. Games get played, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a lie. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta do, I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need. So we're gonna win this battle, fight that disease. No profits, no children leaving hearts. Let's be on. We've got to be open up. No, I love you.
Great job.
Yay.
Oh my God.
We waiting on the music to double back, man. But in the meantime, between time, what up, West Virginia? What up, Eric Gomes, JP? What it do? The Fans Corner, appreciate you. Andrew, K-Dub, G Brown, Nathan, totally appreciate you. Jimmy Strong, love is the word. Mr. Blue, Josh, CJ Robinson, Batman. Hey, what's up, DP Rocker? S. Dot, what it do, big homie? And what's up, Douglas Kirkland, man? Oh, we got a great show tonight. I know everyone has an opinion on what we're going to talk about. The guest is in the building. We're going to play the trailer first. It's officially trailer time, man. So feel free to click the link in the pinned comment section. And here we go.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Said it was at least 15, y'all. At least 15, man. We got a great cyber stocking stuffer, man. Feel free to click the link in the pinned comment section. The guest is here. So we're gonna talk finances and building wealth and all that great stuff. And we got Mr. Winston coming in the building for a few, and he gonna educate us on some things, man. And I totally appreciate you spending your is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Man, when you're an entrepreneur, man, you lose track of days, Mr. Winston. Man, you lose track of days. Hey, Tuesday or Wednesday?
It's Wednesday. How are you,
Oh,
Frederick?
it's Wednesday. How you doing, Mr. Winston? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us. And are you a boxing fan, by the way?
I am.
You
Yeah.
are. You are. Who do you like? Who's some of your favorite fighters?
Favorite of all time is Ali.
Ali.
No question. Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to see him fight live?
Saw him and met him.
Oh, really? How was that?
Yeah, it was crazy. The first time I met him when I was a kid at a boys club. The second time I met him at the University of Arkansas when he was speaking. Third time I met him, I ran into him in an airport at L.A. So I've met him 3 different times.
Wow. Does any of the 3 stand out?
Well, the thing I'll tell you is that he was always the same. Every time I saw him, he was always the same. The third time his health was failing, but he was still Ali. And I just remember standing there talking to him, telling him how many times I had met him, and people were just crowding around trying to understand why the champ had started to talk to this man. He was a big deal. He was a big deal. Yeah.
What years were those, would you say?
Let me think back. So started in the 70s, hit in the 80s. The last time was at the beginning of the 90s.
Oh,
so his health had started to fail by then.
Okay. Do you have any current favorite fighters?
Well, you gotta love Floyd.
Uh-huh.
And I've always been a Mike Tyson fan. So even though he's not boxing, you know, he's doing some entertainment kind of stuff. But those are my 2 favorites. Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're a finance expert. Welcome to the barbershop, man. This is a free speech platform, man. People come in and say what they do and be who they are. And buy diverse. What is that?
It's a concept that whose time has come. So what I'm finding, Frederick, is that there are a lot of entrepreneurs who have good products, but they've not mastered the skills of marketing. So my background is that when I came out of college, I worked for Xerox and learned how to sell. Then I worked for CBS and Warner Brothers. So I've always been in environments where I was taught how to market. And right now I'm consulting Fortune 500 companies. And what I've noticed is that there are tons of entrepreneurs that are minorities. And when COVID hit, they suffered. They suffered because they sold in their neighborhood, or even if they were on the internet, the packaging wasn't right. They didn't know how to promote it. And what Buy Diverse is a platform that helps them with that. And on the flip side, and this is what's really interesting, we bring Fortune 500 companies with their employees to buy those products. So we're just launching, and the concept has been proven. We're really excited.
And what's some of the ABCs of marketing?
Well, I think it starts primarily with having, before you even start the market, you got to have a solid product. You have to have a product that delivers on the promise. Outside of that, get your packaging right. It's the first thing I want. People go so much off how a product looks,
Mm.
and keep in mind you're competing with all the major brands when you bring your product out. So once you get your packaging straight, then we want to determine who is your best customer, demographically, psychographically. We want to target those. So the difference between marketing now and marketing in the days when I was in broadcast, broad was just as it said, it was broad. Right now, we can get very specific. I can target you if you are my client, your age group, your psychographics, the things that you like. So that would be the second thing, get that targeting down. Then the third thing is collect those people that you're working with so that you can sell and resell. There's no sense in reinventing the wheel. If you start with a good product and you hit the right demographic and you sell them, you can sell them again and again. So those are just some of the things I look at.
Now, when you say Fortune 500 products will buy the products from the minority owners or
Fortune 500 companies.
Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah. So here's the thing with biodiverse. It's divided into two categories. One is where I bring someone on like you, selling your product.
Okay.
The other side is I'm going to be teaching diversity. So Fortune 500 companies have a real need to understand how to include their employees. So one of the ways they can do it is by joining biodiverse and telling their employees, hey, go check out this site. So if you look at it, most minority companies are standalone, even if they're on Amazon.
Right.
It's not a collection of other minority products. So when they come on biodiverse, they can surround themselves with people just like them. So a customer may buy from you, then they'll go right next door and buy from someone else, or they investigate down the road, and all of us are in the same location. So that's why I think we have a true advantage. One, we're going to have a marketplace like none other. Two, we're the first platform that reaches out to Fortune 500 companies and brings them in. Then the other thing is we constantly market. We'll have 18 million people circulating through that website at all times. I want to say this mildly, but what I'm describing to you has never been done before for a minority community. Even if you compare us to Amazon, Amazon doesn't market. They stand on what they've done over the years. They don't actively market, and things are changing now. So we have a true advantage for any minority product or person who's trying to develop generational wealth.
Right. And what do you say to people that say the contrary? Like, we need to separate from the Fortune 500 companies and not use them at all.
Well, I don't think that we are trying to partner with Fortune 500 companies. I think what we're after are the minority employees that work at those Fortune 500 companies. That's different. And history has proven that there is a high likelihood that if you come together as a minority, you can recirculate those dollars. Look at all the towns that were built that were Black and Hispanic and Asian because they circulated those dollars. And that's what we're going to be doing.
Awesome. What is corporate suppliers money? What is that?
Minority supplier money. Yeah, so here's what that means.
Okay.
Major companies who do business with the government have to do business with minorities to keep doing business with the government. It's the government's rule. So look at AT&T. In California alone, AT&T has to spend $30 million on minority companies. So what we do is we teach minorities how to get bank ready so that if you have a service and you have been selling it locally, we can get money from major companies that will dwarf what you'd get in the local market. Just imagine for a second, we go out to AT&T and you sell, janitorial service, for example.
Right.
And we get a contract with them for one of their buildings. It could trump what you do in a whole year. So it's money that could be found money for a lot of minorities. And you know what's interesting about this?
No.
Do you know the name of the group who takes advantage of this most?
The Jews.
No, Asians.
Asians.
The Asians are killing it on this. And to some degree, the other minorities need to catch up. And that's what we do. We actually have a training program that will help people get ready. And then we are targeting those companies because those are the companies I speak to. And we're setting up a directory so that they can just look at the categories and find out who they can connect with. So no longer will they have the excuse, we don't know any minority companies. We're going to solve that.
So how would people contact you to get on Biodiverse?
Well, it's real easy. You at the start of the program, you mentioned my name. You said Greg Winston.
Yes.
So they can go to Greg Winston BD. So Greg Winston Biodiverse. I just took the first two initials, and I set up a website so that it explains the concept. Then they click seller and they join. It's really simple.
And they upload.
So just go to Greg. Just go to Greg Winston BD Biodiverse. So BD.com. And when they see, there's a video they'll see that explains everything, and then they click to become a seller, and they can register.
What's the success to fail rate with small businesses, minority-owned?
Well, I can tell you this, that it changed after COVID. So I want to deal with what's happening presently.
Right.
When COVID hit, 41% of our businesses failed. Just out and out, failed and shut the door. And what I'm trying to do is to make sure that these companies that survived and those that want to start have a marketing partner. And that's what we are. So we can help those businesses overcome that hurdle of not having proper marketing support.
Okay. Now,
yeah.
So let's say if someone were to go in with, and they're basically like a small mom and pops, right? And the mom and the Fortune 500 company likes them, would they be in fear? How would they intellectual property and product be protected as it pertains to the Fortune 500 company not swallowing them?
Well, the thing that's a great question. Here's the thing that I think you need to keep in mind.
Sure.
There's only one company out there that has been taking products, redoing those products, and selling them as their own, and that's Amazon. So we are not the bear. The company that's buying them is not the bear. The company that's buying them wants to keep doing what they do to make money. Well, all they want to do is satisfy a need, and that's to get a product and use it. That's not the rub. The bear they have to watch out for is Amazon, not us, and not the companies that we bring them to.
Is there a fee for the companies to upload their stuff to Greg?
No. There's a commission that's charged for products that are sold, which is 12%, compared to 15% on Amazon.
Got that.
So even at that rate, we come in below what they could do, and they're going to be in an environment where people are coming to look for minority products. They don't come to Amazon looking for minority products. They come to Amazon to look across the board.
Right.
So it's too convoluted. So it's very clear, Frederick. I want to make this as clear as I can. We market and support minority businesses. We put them in an environment where there are other minority businesses. We charge them less, and we support them in terms of marketing and minority supplier money. It's cut and dry.
Yeah. So that 12% would obviously go to your infrastructure and marketing.
Yeah, we have to do something to keep ourselves afloat.
Absolutely. That's business. That's business 101.
That's
right?
business.
Yeah. All right. What's the how much money is circulated annually through like small businesses, and how much would you say is circulated between like Latino to Latino, Asian? Do you know those numbers?
I don't know those numbers.
Roundabout numbers?
No, our focus has been on the number of businesses rather than the money, because we're going to change that flow. So it's not important for us to know that, but I will tell you this: there are 9 million minority businesses, as compared to over 27 million non-minority businesses. And so what we're trying to do is make those 9 million healthy.
And if you can, I get it. So it would be like a national or a global Black Wall Street, in terms of instead of Black Wall Street, you say diverse street.
Exactly.
All on one cyber street, and you just page 1,
yeah,
page 2, page 3.
great analogy. And I'll tell you this, it speaks to the other thing that you brought up. And that is when you start looking at minority companies and their marketing capability, we all know that those towns existed because that money was recirculated. And that's what we're trying to do. So someone coming to a Black Wall Street would shop at other stores. They'd go to a movie theater. They'd spend, and that's what we're doing here. And I want to add one other thing. There are lots of companies who came up and they tried to do a Black Wall Street on the internet. The difference is they don't have the marketing structure and the reach that we have.
Right.
They don't have a way to circulate to the 18 million. They don't have a way to bring in those Fortune 500 companies. Frederick, I've been speaking to those companies for 18 years. I have solid relationships. Huh?
I read your bio. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So my pedigree is sound. I started with Xerox, became a top salesperson for them, went into management, did the same thing at CBS and Warner Brothers, and then I started consulting. Well, all of that prepared me to do this. Right. And the companies that I'm talking about that are minority companies may not have had the good fortune to go through the training that I went through. So I'm training them now. This is the same training I would offer to Bank of America or Nike or Boeing, Chicago Title, companies that I've worked with. There's no other site that has this. None.
Right. So a synonym for your work would be spooked by the door?
That's a funny one. No. Frederick, you got me on that one. You remember that book?
Man, the book and the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. And I love that.
Yeah.
Love that film. Love it. And Danny had a question in the chat. He says, minority, another thing that fits under minority. He said poor white folks.
I don't really class that as a minority.
Got that.
If you looked at sheer numbers, that wouldn't work. But I will say that there are people who are lighter in color who are minorities. A woman, for example, is a minority.
Right.
And, it's interesting when people start trying to determine what minorities are, the same way they try and determine how many races there are.
Right.
And I just want to make it clear. The underserved, people of color, natives. I mean, it's fairly obvious who minorities are. There's not a real discussion on it, and we're set up to help those people. And I believe that we stand the best chance of helping them.
Right. Have you launched yet? So we're ready to upload now, or what's the launch date?
Well, yeah, we're ready to upload now. We're going to have an official launch here in probably 2 weeks, but I want to get everyone prepared. We've worked out shipping. For example, the shipping will be discounted. You can save up to 80% on some products through USPS and up to 40% on DHL and FedEx. So at every turn, we are trying to help the companies. We could, companies could take that same service and pull the money for themselves. We're not doing that. We're offering straightaway discounts to every member, that if they're working hard to get their product out, we want to help them to get it out.
Okay. What would be the I'm not sure if you got it yet, but out of the 12%, what percentage would go to marketing?
We haven't determined that. So far, see, part of the marketing that we do has to do with our connections in terms of broadcast and reach. And sometimes it will overshoot the 18 million. Other times it won't. We have great relationships with a number of broadcasters, people like yourself, people who are dealing with minorities. So it's going to fluctuate.
Got that. And when you work with the Fortune 500 companies, what are some of their secrets? Can you give us one or two?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
One of the secrets is they spend an inordinate amount of time on perfecting how they hire. During the, I'll say the market since COVID, I've noticed that they've stopped just hiring their friends. They've stopped hiring accidentally. They're testing people. They're using assessments. They're really casting a wide net, and they're trying to get the best available person now. So as I look at minority companies, they need to do the same thing. They can't afford to make bad hiring decisions right now. The next thing that I've noticed is they train religiously on their product and having their employees know the product and be able to give their elevator speech on the product, position the product right. And that's some of the training that will occur on that site. If you're on the site, we will teach you how to write an effective elevator speech. We'll teach you how to position your product against others. Most minority companies haven't had that.
Right.
So to answer your question, those are some of the things that I'm seeing with Fortune 500 companies.
When you look at models now, so people that are watching can use comparative analysis. What company would you say today is maximizing their efforts to be a great business?
Well, there are a couple. One you may not have heard of. It's a smaller company, but they're called Marijuana Packaging. So as you know, the cannabis business is growing. This company is located in California, but they're spreading across the United States.
Right.
And what they believe in is training, developing a culture, and creating a great product. And it's one of the areas I'm concerned that not enough minorities are involved with. So we're structuring programs to help minorities get into cannabis sales right now. So that's one of the companies. Another company that I've seen that has been really focused on it right now has been in the title industry. If you look at companies like Chicago Title, how they tighten up what they're doing and really taking a hard look at it. Those are just a couple that I see that are tightening their belt right now. Okay. One that I've always felt that I started with them early on in my career, and they are constantly changing and trying to improve is Boeing. They'll go through a period where things change. A plane won't live up to expectations. They tighten and they start again. They've gone through that phase probably 4 times that I know of.
Right.
And they always come out. So they've made it scientific.
I'm hungry, so I thought you was gonna say Chick-fil-A.
No, I wasn't gonna say Chick-fil-A.
I'm like, they got the best service ever, man.
Yeah. You know, and I'll say one of the things I like about them is their training program.
Right.
One of the things I don't like is I don't think they're diverse enough. Yeah, and that speaks to their ownership. You know, who are the people running these other
WASP
franchises for them? Yeah, there are not enough minorities doing it.
Yeah, and there is one. The one down by USC is black owned. I know that. I actually
she started with them. Yeah, she started with them
in college in Chicago.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, she's killing it
one day. Yeah, she's doing exceptionally well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And before I let you go, you got to give your stump speech, your elevator speech to tell people to go to Greg Winston BD and upload it. Not go to Amazon, but go to Greg Winston BD and save 3%.
Well, save more than 3% because they're going to get the shipping money too. So here's the thing I try and tell people. They ask me what I'm doing now, and I tell them we've created a platform that assists minority business in scaling and creating generational wealth. And we do it faster and quicker than any platform available to them today. And so the name of the platform will be buydiv.com. But the way that they can enter today is just use my name, Greg Winston, put Bidiverse at the end, gregwinstonbd.com, and go check it out.
I'll definitely.
That way they can sign up, and we'll launch and get them going.
Yeah. I'll definitely put it in the chat, and you got to come back and talk about generational wealth.
I want to do that, and I will tell you that as programs are released, I'll come back and chat with you about that because I'm sincere when I say this. I believe we can help a lot of people.
I hope we can too, because I think I posted on my Instagram last week. I says financial freedom is social reform.
Yeah,
and I genuinely believe that if you are financially free, it's easier to become mentally free. It's spiritually free. You know,
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Shucks, you putting your last $5, you giving it to your pastor. You go home like, oh, I guess we eating toast tonight. And you got to get up Monday morning, man, at 6:30, man, and get all your kids ready, and you know what I mean, it's rough, man, and I've been there. So thank you for coming to the shop, man. We totally appreciate you, Mr. Winston.
Well, I appreciate you. I look forward to chatting with you again.
Yeah, and tell Don we said thank you for sure.
Oh, I'm sure she's listening, but I'll make sure I tell her.
Yeah, she's listening. Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you, Don. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Frederick.
No, I'll definitely put your website in for sure.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All the time. Thank you. All right.
Goodbye.
That was fun. Got some another option to Amazon. And let me do that now. ed.com. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There you go. So go there. Drum roll. Now let's talk about why we're here, man. What's the topic of the show? It's official. Let me reread it. It's official. WBC and Lou Dibella says he's the email champ. I was listening to thank you, Mr. Winston, for coming through. Totally appreciate you. I was listening to the boxing voice today, and I only got through 10 minutes of it. Shout out to Ness. Him and Lou Dibella got a really good relationship. And funny thing, I was gonna call Lou this week, and I didn't. I don't know why. I know why I didn't. I didn't feel like sitting in here. And Sunday night football is on, and then Monday is hard during the week with the kids running around in the house. So I didn't get a chance to. And there's no need now. I think he said enough. I think he said enough. I think Ness' interview should stand alone. I think Ness did a good job. They have a good relationship. They look pretty comfortable with one another. And I appreciate Ness for challenging him. Man, I was watching that Tank press conference, the media workout today. No one challenged Tank. What happened to Rolly's charges? Tank, your resume is below average. When are you going to fight somebody, Leonard? We got to put the pressure on him, but we're going to talk about that later in the program. He said today, oh, man, Lou Dibella said it. He says, it ain't no size of the street. When you ain't got no side of the street, you on all sides of the street. And right now, I'm the king. I got the undisputed champion of the world at 135. And two, there are 4 fights better than Devin Haney that I can put on right now. He said Tank, Ryan, Loma, and I don't know who the 4th guy was, but Devin was 5th. And then he also said, oh, he's the email champ. He's the email champ. And that's when I stopped the interview. So I'm probably 8 minutes in. And that's when I did those videos today. By the way, I did some Hall of Fame videos today. Hopefully you watch them. I gave you guys a lot of information on what goes on in boxing, and hopefully you guys check them out. And I just think that I know we're emotionally tied. We're rooting for Devin Haney. Invite? Yeah, invite. As I am. I think I'm gonna watch Devin. I'm gonna be really anxious when Devin Haney fight. Like when I say I'm a really big fan of Devin Haney, big fan of Devin Haney. Like no doubt, no question about it. I know. And when I'm talking about Team Haney, I'm talking about Team Black fighters. I'm talking about Team Mexican fighters, Team Asian fighters, Team whoever. You got to stand up. It's time. They getting all this money. Fighters don't even know the total budget of their shows, man. Don't you know, fighters, you can get the same paperwork that Eddie Hearn get, and you get, so you know what the hell is going on. You need to hire, every fighter needs to have an auditor in their back pocket. So you know everything that's going on. Because what's happening, this is why Bob Arum stays in business, and it's a great business model. Listen, here's what Bob Arum does. He doesn't need a superstar. He has no desire for a superstar. If he can squeeze in the game and get a Tyson Fury, or squeeze in the game and get a Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence, he'll do it. But here's what he'll do. He'll go get a $20,000 fighter from any country. Bring him over here. Pay the lead fighter on his contract. You know, the Olympian, whoever he has on his contract. Bring him in. 19. It's always going to be a 19-0 fighter from another country that will take $20,000, y'all. Forever and ever and ever and ever. It will never, ever, 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 ever change. They're going to bring him over here to America. Isaac Dogbay did it. And then he lost to the other $20,000 fighter. I think, you know, the other 126 guy. So you guys know Manny Pacquiao did it. You see what I'm saying? It'll always be that. And Chris Algieri did it, but he ended up winning. You get what I'm saying? So it's always going to be that 20. And when I say 20,000, it could be 50,000. It could be 70,000. It can even be 100,000. So you pay the guy his guarantee, fighter A. You give him his 700,000. Then you give fighter B corner. You give him his 50,000. The undercard is probably 100,000 tops. But ESPN gave you $2 million. So what you do is you pay down the card, your infrastructure. You clear $500,000 every show. It's a genius business model. Genius. That's why Isaac Valdez is always fighting the guy you don't know. That's why Shakur Stevenson is fighting in what's that place he fought for the first championship? Nevada something. What was that shit? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, you cut the cost. It's a great business model, man. And you can't hate on it because it's about when you're in business, it's about the bottom line. And what I want to say is, what's up, Mr. Henderson? What's up, Mr. Henderson? Fred, Devin need to toss that belt. All of them need to toss the belt. When Devin is a synonym for everybody tonight. What's up? What's up, Kyle?
What I said last night before we got off the show last night, Fred.
I forgot. Reno, thank you.
When he came talking about Devin Haney fighting Cambosa, what I say?
Oh yeah.
That shit ain't gonna happen, man. Don't hold your breath. I knew it, bro.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Devin Haney's not a champion. He's not a recognized champion. Like, yeah, he's was it the barbershop? He's the barbershop's champion, but the barbershop ain't sanctioning no fights. We buying the tickets. So listen, I don't know if that's an antitrust lawsuit or whatever the case, but they done paid all those sanctioning fees, and they have on record the WBC saying that he's not the champion. I've spoken to the dad. Man, that was for me, that was heavy for me. And I'm suing them for all my sanctioning fees. And Eddie Hearn, make that check out to what's that called? Haney Promotions, and have the WBC come chase me for their sanctioning fees. And you make everything public. And you sue the hell out of them, and you throw the belt in the trash.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a fucking shame, man.
Now we actually deserve it, man. We actually deserve it in a sense, Kyle, because we trying to fit into a box we wasn't made to fit into.
Yeah.
The fighters in the 60s says, oh man, promoters are getting over. The fighters in the 70s said the promoters are getting over. The fighters in the 90s said the promoters are getting over. The fighters in the 2000s says they getting over. Next thing you know, see, I saw a lot on my feed. I saw a lot of the WBC ain't shit. The WBC is running a business. If I'm running a business and I got George Kambosos and I know Devin is not going to resist, there's no level of resistance. Shit.
They want that tank money.
Who wants tank money?
That WBC want that tank money, bro.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. No, give your perspective after I give mine.
Yeah, go ahead for my bad.
Yeah, no worries. I think that it's about occupancy. If they get George Kambosos, they get the South Pacific, then the New Zealands, the Australias, the Fijis, that whole region. Antarctica is down there somewhere. You get that whole region, and you can control that region with George Kambosos. And why is that important? It generates revenue. And I think that they are going to elongate the process. The WBC wants them to elongate the process. You know what I mean? The WBC don't want George Kambosos to lose. Why would they want him to lose? He's bringing the belt to a place it's never been before in a long time. David Tua never won a championship, heavyweight championship, I don't think. You know, and the other guy, he was a WBO champion. I'm talking about of recently of note that Terrence Crawford beat. So I think so what I think needs to happen, I think Devin got to have a level of resistance. I think everyone got to have a level of resistance. I think every fighter. I don't blame the WBC no more at this time. How can I blame a person that has the answers to the test? That's my perspective. Go ahead, Kyle. Noel Allen, you're not connected, but go ahead. The phone lines are open too. Go ahead, Kyle.
But you told Bill a long time ago. Throw that fucking belt in the trash.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, you been told him that though. You said that from the beginning when the franchise shit first happened. You told him to get the fuck out the WBC.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why Chief Lopez became a champion is because he got out the WBC rankings.
Nah, you're right. What's up, 202?
What's up, Fred? How y'all doing? Ladies and gentlemen, man. What's up, Kyle?
What's up, big dog?
Man, oh man, Fred. Boxing, man. It's like a casino. It's like the casino. You just never know what you're going to get.
You know what you're going to get.
Devin.
Hey, you know what you're going to get. Some straight bullshit. That's what you I don't listen, man. I don't know why we as fans, man, we try to look on the bright side. I stopped looking on the bright side a long time ago. I realized
look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. He was black. He was black though. We got robbed, but we was robbed by a black man though.
I love it, man. This is what we live for, man. Boxing, man. As soon as we see the light gets absolutely shut on us. As soon as everyone should have seen this coming. Everyone should have seen this shit coming. The Lou Dibella is going to pull a business move, a businessman move. He doesn't care about Devin Haney, what he brings to the table. Even though I disagree, I think Devin Haney will still give George Kambosos a lot of money because he has Eddie Hearn behind him. Eddie Hearn wants that Australian, them Australian views. He wants the Australian market. I don't understand where Lou Dibella is coming from. He will get paid fighting Devin Haney. He said that he wants the biggest money fight. Historically, Devin Haney's opponents have gotten their career past paydays with him. So from Linares got a career high payday. Gamboa had a career high payday. I think even Jojo Diaz is getting a career high payday as well. So I'm confused. Frank, make sense of this shit. What is he talking about? I mean, is it about longevity that he doesn't believe Kambosos can beat Devin Haney? Or is it just about the fact that they just milking his dry? I mean, I don't understand this shit. Make it make sense. He's going to get paid good money. Is you kind of say Tank if Floyd's going to put more money up than Eddie Hearn? Make it make sense.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what Eddie Hearn is going to offer. Eddie Hearn is capped, man. He ain't.
You don't think he's going to do it? He's literally just said.
Have we seen
I think it was Blue Blood interview.
I mean, I don't know. Look, have we seen it? Have we seen it?
But he just spoke about the zone opened up in Australia recently, and now that with George Kambosos won, he's basically a star overnight over there. He's a fucking star overnight. Everything's gone up. His views from all of his old fights has gone up. His interest has obviously gone up. How many people who follow him has gone up, obviously. But the fact of the matter is, Australians, they love boxing. That's like number 2 behind soccer. It's like number 2. Over here in America, boxing is like what, number 12, 15?
Somewhere in there.
So there's money in it. There's definitely money. If Tim Tszyu can sell out arenas and he hasn't fought nobody worth a damn, what do you think George Kambosos is going to do after that fucking win, after that performance? That was a Fight of the Year candidate. So I'm confused where Lou Dibella is coming from. He said money.
You said he looked for the big money fights, right?
Devin Haney's going to give him a career high payday.
Listen to me, bro. You said Lou Dibella said he looking for the big money fights, right?
Yep, he said it.
Do you think Kambosos is his only fighter?
Who else? Who else did he say he got? I saw it, but I forgot. He said somebody in the same division. Who?
So you know he's been blackballed from the PBC and Showtime, right?
But it's business. Like honestly,
listen to what I'm saying to you, my brother. When you can get back into the good graces of Showtime and PBC, that's money. Whether Kambosos lose or not, his other fighters have a chance to make a lot of money, and he can make a lot of money if he get back in the good graces of Showtime. So that's why he would go to do the Tank thing. It's not about just Kambosos. It's about all the extra money he gonna get when he's able to get back into the Showtime fold. You know.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think he did say he wants more views, and I guess he's thinking pay-per-view or Fox or Showtime or something like that, because more people watch that than people do the zone. That I get. Okay, they want to maximize as much.
Not just Kambosos stuff. They want to maximize everybody though.
I mean, I just want your opinion. Y'all like Devin Haney a lot. Y'all know Eddie Hearn's willing to overspend. Here's the history of it. I just, PBC has been very cheap lately. They don't, fighters complain about this and that. So I'm just confused about what is he talking about this payday shit. Like, Devin Haney has a history of giving his opponents their career high paydays.
Okay,
You know?
think about this.
He's not even in his prime. He's not even in his fucking prime yet.
Think about this, bro. The people the PBC want to pay, guess what? They get paid. So don't think for 1 second they not the people that's supposed to get paid are getting paid. So if they want Kambosos, and they want to stretch it out, he gonna get paid. Everybody's gonna get paid. Everybody's gonna get paid, brother.
It's gonna be a bidding war. It's gonna be a bidding war. Real quick before I get off, because I know other people's waiting. Who do y'all think is gonna win that bidding war to get George Kambosos? Because obviously, Lou DiBella said he's even willing to still work with PBC. He's still willing. Even Valder, he said he's still willing.
He gave you the answer. He just gave you the answer.
Oh, so you think? Oh, so Tank.
He realized he fucked up. If he can listen, he realized he fucked up. If he can get Kambosos into the PBC, that's his out. That's his end back into the Showtime fold. That's his out right back. That's how you get in there. And then these other fighters get a chance to make that money, and he make the money off them fighters as well. And then, boom, because he hasn't had a nice card since he left Showtime. So now instead of having to,
you're right. You're right, because he was complaining about how he doesn't have the same power he used to, where he could put his own fighters on this card a lot. Like he can get his fighters really active. He was complaining about that on the interview too. Hey, I need to go watch that. If y'all people was listening, I need to go watch that Lou DiBella and the Boxer Voice. That's a hell of a good interview to listen to. What it feels like to be on the other side as far as being independent. What is he, an independent promoter or independent manager?
Well, he doesn't have.
Guess what? And guess what? And guess what? GPT Promotions won't be involved in that Kambosos to Gervonta Davis fight, my good friend. Because Lou DiBella got fighters to carry the load. See, that's what I'm saying. Business is business. It's strictly financial. You know what I'm saying? Never personal, just business. That's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. In the words of the great philosopher, Frederick S. Hawthorne, follow the money.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense the way you broke it down. That he's okay. That makes sense. That's a power move. That's a smart move by Lou DiBella. I don't blame it. I don't like it. I don't think none of us like it, but we can't actually blame him. Actually, when you look at it, when you explain it all in that detail, we can't blame him. I feel bad for Devin Haney, but I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't fucking know. But that's my call. Shout out to Devin Haney. Kick Georgia Diaz's ass. Errol Spence get well soon. Deontay Wilder get well soon. And of course, Shakur Stevenson, leave all this alone. They're not gonna give him to you. And that's my call.
Appreciate you. Y'all got along tonight.
Yeah, man. You know,
hey,
I mean, it's all about the money, Fred. At the end of the day, like people saying that he worked good with Eddie, that's fine and dandy, but he can't put his own shows on Showtime. He can't do his own card on Showtime. He can't do a whole Friday night full of fights on DAZN.
Right.
So, bruh, I'm telling you, he been talking about getting back with the PBC since the whole Deontay Wilder shit happened. You dig what I'm saying? He knew he fucked up from the getting on up. So now he got some bargaining chips. Now he can bring Kambosos to the table.
Right.
Now he can say, hey, look, I got this for you. All right. Play nice. Y'all can have this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But let me get something on the back end.
Right. Similar to what Canelo did. You know, Canelo got some cards in Mexico. Hey, 1090J. I don't know who you are. You got to show me your face, man. I can't take that.
He got to break dance, put his hand on his head, on his nose. He got to do some other shit, bro. Because they do like this green screen where they actually have like a motherfucker that look like they real, but they not. That's how they get you. They motherfucker got to do this or something. Motherfucker got to do all of this.
Yeah, you can't be hiding on here, man. I can't take that risk no more, man. You got to come in real. Hey, what's up, 415?
Fred, Kyle, what's going on?
That's Frisco. 415.
I gotta start calling from my other phone. I'm really 215, but Fred, appreciate you letting me in. Kyle, what's up?
What's going on, dog?
I mean, hope you make it to tomorrow.
Well, listen. Hope I do too. But look, with this on topic, it's been a slap. I mean, boxing slaps us in the face all the time. Boxing slaps minorities in the face most. That first 10, 15 minutes called.
No, not minorities, niggas. Don't. Let's not confuse the two.
That's not all right. Let's not confuse it. But that, I appreciate that what you put on, Fred, with talking about the minority or talking about the diverse marketing. But I'm just looking at the landscape of what we're talking about, and I can't feel it's not me, but Devin Haney has been slapped in the face. Bill Haney has been slapped in the face. All of the fans of Devin Haney who follow him, who want to see him touch that brass ring of being undisputed, it's been slapped in the face. And like you said, I feel like they should be on the phone with someone now to sue WBC for those fees, deceptive trade practices, because now you're telling two people to pay for one thing, one championship, and they're both paying sanctioning fees. Now I would want to know, did the franchise champion, when it was Lomachenko, did he have to pay sanctioning fees? Because he was the franchise. It was gifted upon him. So what if they just got, I don't know if you or Kyle would know that about the financing, the sanctioning fees for that franchise championship, since it was a championship that they bestowed on someone.
Well, it wasn't really a gift to him. It was a gift to Canelo.
It was a gift to Canelo. Then it was a gift to
but it wasn't a gift to Lomachenko. It wasn't a gift to him. He had to petition for that belt. So he gonna pay it. So they had to. Somebody got their palms greased, brother. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Petition or not is still a gift, because when your lady friend or your girlfriend or your wife, when she petitions for that gift that she wants for Christmas, she petitioned for it, but you still had to put it in the bowl and wrap it up and give it to her. It's a gift. They gave it to him. He didn't do anything for it. But I just would like to know, was there sanctioning fees included with that? Because if you're taking sanctioning fees from Devin Haney, and then there's no sanctioning fees from the franchise champion, and then after what was that belt's been around for on that division for like a year plus, and then you're telling him you're not our champion? Like, so when he comes out with that belt, now what does Devin Haney do when he fights Jojo Diaz next week? I mean, the end of the weekend. Does he come out with a WBC belt after they told you you're not the champ? And what does that say for you and your brand if you're carrying this big green strap and saying that you're the champion after they told you you're not? So what is it that you do? And you guys are totally right. And if anybody doesn't see anything about this with Dibella play, they can't. They need glasses, LASIK, and anything else. Lou Dibella's going to dig up guys to fight Cambosis. Fred, they can literally put you, me, Kyle, anybody in the ring and go to Australia and sell it out. The returning champion coming home with all the belts. His next two fights could be over there. He doesn't have to fight. What did you say? What did you say? Oh, I'm making fights that's going to make me the most money. He doesn't have to fight Devin, because why would you fight Devin? Because the most money is you'll get that payday once, and Dev walks away with the belt. If it's not an upset by Cambosis, do you fight Tank and Tank walks away with the belts and you don't get a rematch? No, you set up the tuna cans, set up the tomato cans, set up cans of soup. You get a good 3 or 4 fights out of that, and you can do 2 of them in Australia. And he makes good money with that, great money. And because he had a scrappy showing and can really only put a performance on, now you got a great white hope on your hands.
Yeah.
And isn't that usually what everybody wants? Well, not everybody, but anybody in the position of power. But Lou Dibella, I would like to see what his next move is. Does he go to Bob with this, with Cambosis, and say, listen, I got the champ. He's unified. You got the network. Because I don't see him going back to Showtime. I don't see him fool me once, shame on me, or shame on you, however it goes, fool me twice, shame on me, whatever. But if somebody pisses in your face, you can't let him tell you it's raining. And I don't think he's the type that's going to go back over there to Showtime after they shitted on him. And it was something.
Well, it wasn't them that shit on him. He kind of shitted on them. He took their biggest fighter to the zone, my man. He set up a meet. He set the meeting up.
All right, but why do people do things? There's always a reaction and an action and a reaction. There was a reason why he did that. We don't know the exclusive and the inner workings of that reason. I'm thinking that it was something happened for you to take your fighters and go to the zone. But then on top of that, when you have that situation, you take them over to the zone, and then you take your fighters over there. Why would you made that you colluded with Eddie Hearn? Why would you go back? How can you go back? You only have this one guy. And I don't think that it's more of a sell on PBC. I don't think Al Heyman would take that with just Kambosos and the fighters that they're going to spring up. They're going to bring Tevin Farmer over for a run. That's probably going to be one of his first one or two fights. Going to be people that we've seen before, but not fights that we want to see. This is boxing. You know how it goes. But he's gonna put a dress on Kambosos. He has the belts on there, and he's gonna pimp them out for about a good 4 or 5 fights. Those belts are not changing hands no time soon until they want to. Dev might as well. I don't know if his plan was to unify the division, become undisputed, and then walk up and go to the next weight class. But if he beats Jojo Diaz, he might as well just take his walk, throw the belt in the trash, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
But
hey, real quick, we got a super chat. Go ahead, Fred.
Tell this man to clear his throat. Let me clear my throat.
Okay, I'll clear my throat. That's weird, but okay.
You sound hoarse, my man. That's what they're saying. You like kind of hoarse.
I might be hoarse. I've been defending myself in class all day, so I've been defending some of my dissertations and arguments again. Appreciate you, Fred.
We're on the same page, man. I've been yelling at fucking old people and crazy niggas all fucking week, so my throat is a little scratching my damn self, man.
Kyle, one last thing. Just even think about that. Did you I don't know if you touched on it where I didn't like get to hear it or whatever, or you didn't bring it up. The issue with your card. How did you ever make out with that with the guy with the one arm and everything? Did you ever get everything straightened out?
Man, hell no, man. I got close, but that shit didn't happen. I'm still waiting on the fucking insurance company, man.
Well, insurance is a beautiful thing. I'll send you prayers up. Fred, please don't forget. Love to see that conclave, that meeting of all Black or minority media members on YouTube is something special that can happen. I think you pretty much are the catalyst to do it. If you find time in your schedule, if you don't put out 9 Wives Part 2, you got time to do that.
10 Wives coming up summer 2025.
Oh, wow. Will you put 2 crosses on the neck?
Yeah. No, 5 chains. We're gonna honor Nip. We're gonna have 13 Jesus pieces and 19 crosses. Like
no, but seriously, Fred, like as a director, that was cold. Like you really put that Jesus, like when I watched it.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
You dangled it right over top of him with that. It couldn't have been no more obvious unless it was a Jesus piece iced out.
Yeah. I wanted to piss people off. You know what I mean?
It wasn't no wonder. You did it.
Yeah, okay, good.
And then you did it. And you not only did you, I mean, just seemed to jump into it, but not only did you put the cross on her, you put her, I don't know, put her in red. Like that's the staple of what you would think a woman that's not modest or was modest to come in there with the red dress.
You got it.
Like Johnny Gill said, and then had a cross on the neck dangling.
Yeah. The
insult of that. But I liked it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I'm back in the chat. Y'all enjoy the rest of the night.
Appreciate you. Thank you, dog. We got Kenton coming in the building. I got a question for you, Kyle.
Remember, you know what we talked about in DM? This is what I'm about to put that on. I'm about to invest that. What the hell you got going on, brother?
It's foggy over there. What the hell, nigga?
Play the song, Fred. What the fuck is going on over there, man?
Nah, man. Hell,
you like a starving kid in Africa over there. What the hell is going on, man?
For 33 cents a day.
Hell nah. You fuck out of here. Nah, the front.
Hey, go like this with your camera, bro.
The front screen is cracked.
Go like this with your camera real quick, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Look like you just got the goddamn shower, dog.
Nah, it's just a little crack that's like right on the camera lens, so it's like it's fucked up. Only the
It look
back
like you
camera.
just got out the shower though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It look like you just you fresh out the shower.
I'm fully clothed, Kyle. And ain't nobody out no shower, man.
No, I'm saying like you know how like when the mirror get hella foggy and shit. That's what your camera look like right now.
I can see that it's fucked up. I mean, I know I can see myself as well.
So you know what you could do, right? You could turn your camera off and it'd just be an icon.
Shit, you'll be straight. Shit, stop crying.
I'm just saying, man. Is that a brown shirt?
It's like orange and orange.
Why you want black. One, Kyle? You want one?
Yeah.
Hell no. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead.
Get out of here, Kyle. Anyway, yeah, with this whole Devin Haney situation, man, like, y'all know Loma is the mandatory right now for the WBO, right? For the WBO
I'm not gonna lie, man. It's hard to focus with this camera because I ain't gonna lie,
bro. Man,
it's fuzzy as a motherfucker, dog.
You know what, Kyle? Listen. All right, so we ain't got to hear about that no more. You good? You good?
Yeah, all man. Right. There you go,
man. Anything to make my little Kyle happy. Anyway,
bro, it was like we was looking through sunglasses, man.
I know you a short nigga, huh? Like you.
I'm a normal height for a man.
You be acting, man. Anyway, yeah. So, Kambosos got like one fight before, assuming Loma beats Comey. He got like one fight before they activate that mandatory, and Loma taking them straps back to Bob. And Devin ain't gonna never see him. At least if if Bob got anything to do with it, and if Loma look anything like he did against that Asian dude Nakatani that last fight, he gonna beat the hell out of Kambosos. And Loma gonna be back to exactly where he was, running from Devin and all that other bullshit. Haney need to do what he can right now, man. Like, make a stand, bro, before it's too late. Before we're gonna be exactly like we was before the pandemic, talking about how Loma is ducking. It's gonna be the same thing over again. Like, Haney, man. Man, I ain't never seen no shit like this, man. But it's just like the compliance of the fans is what's killing me, man. Like, how you really. So Kambosos is gonna go to the fight just so he can get the extra hype off of Devin Haney's name, knowing that he's not gonna fight him. Like, just the disrespect to that, bro. Like, you're not about to fight this dude, but you're gonna go to his fight so you can get the extra hype after the fight, knowing that you about to go home and like forget about this dude just so you can get an extra 5,000 fans. Bro, I wouldn't even let that dude in the building, bro. I'd tell Eddie, I'd be like, hey, Eddie, let him drive his ass all the way up here and don't even let his ass in there. You have security looking for him. Don't even man, bro, like, start trolling these dudes the same way they doing you, man. Stop. Man, dude. Like, at what point? Like, I mean, but he's so young though, bro. That's the other thing that's so messed up, bro. The dude is so young to be in such an awful position, I feel like it'd be much easier for, like Tank Davis or somebody in their late 20s to deal with this type of stuff. But, I mean, he's like 21, 22 years old, man. He's like, the dude's barely driving in some countries, man. Like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But like I'm saying, man, Bob about to get them belts back, man. We got... Kambosos got a year, maybe.
PBC get him first.
Max. Huh?
You heard? Not the PBC get him first.
Man, bro, Kambosos ain't gonna go nowhere near Tank Davis, bro. That's a no-go. Like, I highly doubt that. For 200K pay-per-views, bro, like, I don't know.
It's too much money involved, man. It's way too much money involved for him to say, nah, I ain't fucking with Tank. I mean, who else? Where you gonna get paid at? Where's he gonna get this payday?
Payday. I mean, maybe, but it just come on. I mean, we just seen it a million times. Like, you just fight some bum, like fight somebody nobody never heard of. I mean, that's like half of the zone, like half the zone. Like I be watching the zone cards. Like sometimes I'm like, who the hell is this? Like I never even like. Come on, man. Like
Jimmy at 546.
Hey, a quick name drop. You know how you know who all them people are? You want to know how you know?
How?
What?
Go to L-Dub Boxing. That motherfucker can tell you who all these niggas are. I don't know these niggas neither. But L-Dub, that motherfucker know everybody. He know their grandma, what they ate for breakfast. I mean, this motherfucker know everything. So if you don't know who a motherfucker is, DM L-Dub, and that motherfucker will tell you who his last 10 fights was. You know
is it like it's a
saying?
YouTube channel?
Yes, sir. L-Dub Boxing. Yep.
L-Dub.
And on Instagram, L-Dub Boxing. Yeah, that motherfucker. That nigga know every fucking thing, man.
I'm definitely gonna check that out. But man, yeah, man. Hopefully it get better for the kid, man. Fight Gary Russell. I'm still all the way with that fight. Fight Gary Russell. Gary Russell, the man. I don't care what nobody say. He a little dude. And man. Ain't a lot of people with as many skills as Gary Russell Jr. I don't care what nobody say. Right. Or move up to 140 and fight the bigger Gary Russell, bro. That dude can fight. That dude got, bro. The Gary Russell at 140, bro. That dude is cold as hell, bro. Now, if Devin could beat him, that would be some real spark behind his name. Like you can't say he ain't fought nobody when he beat the dude who AB really lost to, and he knocked him out in like 6 or 7 rounds. He wiped that dude up quick. But I don't know, man. Best of luck to the kid. But yeah, I'm telling you, I think Bob gonna get them straps back pretty soon. But that's all I had to say.
Appreciate you, Ken.
Salute to you, my brother.
Peace and love.
Hey, I got a question, Ken.
What's up, man?
Why didn't you get a new phone during Black Friday, bro?
Because I don't believe in the whole consumerism American. You got to have every phone and all that other bullshit. I mean, I got the iPhone 10 for like $1,100 when it first came out, so I won't be buying another phone until I have another $1,100 to throw down the drain. Because I value my money. That's why.
Well, I know somebody that can help you get one for half off.
Shit, if it ain't free, I'm not interested.
Just DM me, bro.
All right, fam. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. So my question is, I'll ask you after Scott. Hey, what's up? Damn. It's all you. Motherfucker on the typewriter.
Hey, the old school typewriters, man.
Yeah, he gone. So my question, Kyle, is started when they threatened to when he said, "I'm not losing to a white boy." Do you think it started there when they realized that they can push him?
Yeah.
I was thinking that today.
He should have never apologized for that shit, dog.
Never. I was thinking that today.
And you know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy too?
Go ahead.
They probably promised him a whole bunch of shit to even do that.
Oh, for sure they did. I don't know what they said.
But I wish he wouldn't have never, man, because now they like, oh, a chink in his armor.
Let's push
you
a
know
little
what I'm saying?
more. Let's push a little more.
Yeah, let's see what else we can get away with.
What's up?
Fred. Hey man, say man. I was just gonna sit and watch the show and not say shit till you said what you just said. Remember when Devin said that he wasn't losing to a white boy? I came on here and I said that's some bullshit for Bill to back up. I said I had never had an issue with Bill, but that was the only one because they investigated him after. And I knew then, I said, from that point, I had started every time we got on this motherfucker, fuck Suleiman, fuck them belts. And not too long after that, Reggie called him a racist on here.
I remember that.
You feel me?
You're the racist.
Right, exactly. And he started naming the black people that he ate with and shit. That old the same racist ass shit. So that lame ass shit, man. Devin there, you know, and really they threatening him now. You know what I'm saying? So if he go and throw the belt in the trash, you know what I'm saying, right now, before he go fight JoJo, before anything pops off, before Kambosos let him know what he gonna do, you know what I'm saying, then he, you know, he fucked anyway. He don't have the ticket to get in with Kambosos, unless Kambosos just a man of his word and know that Devin is the dude that's been marginalized. But with so much money on the table and time passed, you know, that shit'll go away. So the shit lame. And the only thing, man, you know, Fred, the optimist in me, only 5% of me is crossing my fingers saying, okay, if we fuck around and get Kambosos versus Tank, it is what it is. You know he gonna run for the bag. But you know Tank gonna beat the shit out of him. And I seen Tank hitting the bag, right? And Tank basically said, when they asked about Devin, he basically said that's a promoter thing, you know, with them not making the fights. But he couldn't really say what he wanted to say. He went back to hitting that bag because he know what's up. You feel me? So it ain't like the boys scared of each other or whatever. It's just Floyd, you know, he ain't gonna let them fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The fact that he said it's a promoter thing lets me know he still ain't ready to take control of his career.
Facts.
I'm gonna be honest. Fred. I'm gonna be honest with you, Fred. Like, it's gonna be hard for Floyd to be Switzerland, man, as it pertains to that fight.
Floyd to be what?
Switzerland. You know, Switzerland is neutral.
Say that word again.
Switzerland.
Did you understand that word?
Switzerland country.
Switzerland. I never heard it used in that way. I didn't understand what the hell you said at first.
Oh, you said
Switzerland is like a neutral country. They don't get involved in niggas.
Oh, Switzerland. Okay, it's kind of like Costa Rica.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Appreciate the lingo. Appreciate the 14th international lingo.
Yeah, appreciate the culture, Kyle. You know what I'm saying? International light skin ass.
Yeah, man. They don't get involved with niggas' affairs. That's why I always say, that's why you don't hear me say that. I always say I'm Switzerland because I don't like to get involved with niggas' shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Right. And I mean, at the end of the day, man, you know, Trill Bill one that's, you know, try to be as transparent as he can be, you know, in whatever way he can be. You know, he's still a businessman too. So, you know, that shit only goes so far. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he gives to you, he meant to give to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, being a boxing fan, man, it's like watching motherfucking, man, it's like, I'm old enough to had to stay at my granny house, you know what I'm saying? And her be watching the goddamn soap operas. One life to live as the world turns, guiding light as shit, man, at the end of the day. And they gonna keep you watching. You know what I'm saying? But here's the key. It's where you spend your money. It's how you trick. You feel me? We gon' keep tricking. They know this. Leonard sat back, crossed his legs, and say, "Man, Canelo can do this shit." You know what I'm saying? You know why?
Sucker ass nigga, man. Oh, that was a sucker move, man. How he's playing to us, man. He's like, oh, he know this is a BS fight, and he's like, anything can happen. Canelo can do what he want. Man, get the hell out of here. He just stuck y'all up for 50 million. That's what he did.
And as long as he create the climate for Canelo like that, guess what?
Boom, he can do it for Tank. I read all the way through that shit, man. Hey, why does Tank and Leonard sound exactly alike?
Exactly alike. Because he programmed by him. Shit, unfortunately. Man. You better, hey, if he don't follow that playbook, he's seen what can happen. Yeah. Everybody looking at Gary done turned into a goddamn trainer.
They doing
a hell of a trainer too, by the way. But Gary back in January. Matter of fact, if y'all got a chance, man, go look at my Instagram. There's an interview with me and Gary Russell on there. He tell you when he coming back.
For sure, but shit, he told us he was coming back before then, and they took the fight away. That's my dude. I fucks with Gary. You know I love Gary. You know what I'm saying? Regardless as of what went down with Dev. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I mean, he can only do what they allow him to do. And he fucking with that whack ass belt too.
Facts.
Yeah, man, ain't no franchises over there though. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, hell no. Gary stand up dude. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of them cats gonna take the bait. You know, they tried to offer Deontay that shit so they could put a chink in his arm. Ain't none of them going for it. But man, at the end of the day, really on the cool, if we were strong as a unit, we stand in solidarity, and each one of them brothers that's got a hold of that belt would stand with Dev and throw that shit in the trash. You know what I'm saying? But they all tied up money-wise, contractual wise, and shit. They got bills to pay just like everybody else, so they're gonna grin and bear it. And that's how the system built. That's how that's how this whole motherfucker built. So
don't give them an out with the money.
Right, you're right. Don't spend your money with them. That's the key. If you don't spend your money with them, say if didn't nobody buy out that top bowl out there or whatever where Tank fighting, if didn't nobody go buy that shit or pay for that shit, the next time they have to come back with something better. It's up to us, man. Stream that shit. Go to his page and tell him he full of bullshit. Make him block you.
You know what happens when everybody starts streaming that shit, right? They fuck up all the streaming sites, man. So you need to calm that shit. You need to lower your voice. Listen, that fucking Floyd Mayweather, bro. When they did that Logan Paul bullshit,
you ain't lying. It did.
They crashed
everything. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, they need to quiet down. They watch this show, man.
At the end of the day, don't pay for that shit, period, man. Don't patronize it. Don't pay for it. Don't buy no merchandise from it. And let them motherfuckers know, man, on the cool. I done been talked to bad by a couple of them. I told Leonard earlier on his Instagram, he was talking about that shit. Say, man, we know Tank better than this. You can't shovel us shit and think we're gonna keep eating it, Leonard.
Facts.
So it's gonna take more people to do that, man, before we see a change. But I'm out, Fred.
Hey, 17. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. Since I'm a broke ass Deontay Wilder fan, I'm gonna show y'all something.
In the meantime, we hit our 500 people, so I appreciate you. We've been hitting 500 every night. 817. We gotta get to 600 now. The goal got to be 600, man.
Man, more people gotta share it. You know what I'm saying?
Keep sharing it. Please keep sharing it. Yeah, that'll be good. He got two chairs in that son of it. That's dope.
Hey, Kyle doing good for himself.
What'd you get?
Look at this shit, man. You know, I'm a broke ass Deontay Wilder fan, so I ain't even wore this shit. This another one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even wore that shit.
Charlos, are you listening? That's why your shit's sitting on them racks out there. You keep talking shit. Motherfuckers ain't buying your shit.
Hey, you should burn it. You should burn it and do a video.
Facts.
I'm trying to sell it. I'm trying to sell it.
Nah, don't let no one else wear that shit.
Freddie.
I don't care how much it costs. Then why should you be advocating for the fighters to drop the belts?
So you know why I fuck with Fred? Because Fred money don't come from none of them motherfuckers, so he ain't never got the tiptoe. Some of these shows, you know, the relationships they trying to keep, they want to be able to interview a motherfucker. Like the motherfucker that was on last night. We was talking about Tio, and he was like, I don't want to talk about. He was talking about what he could talk about, but he said as soon as he challenged Tio Daddy voice got hot, and what he do? He backed down. You know what I'm saying? Fred money don't come. The cat that was on your show last night, bro. But Fred money don't come from none of these cats. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a cat on the show last night that was talking on Tio. That was talking about Tio, and he had interviewed Tio Pops, right? And he said that Tio Pops, what he noticed about this camp, they didn't have like the other corner man. You know what I'm saying? The other dude that helped T.O. with defense, and they had somebody else missing out the camp too at the time, right? And so he said he questioned him and asked him about it, and T.O. Senior said he wanted to keep it a family thing. And then he fucked around and said something like, well, don't you think he need this, this, and this? And T.O. Senior start, doing the T.O. Senior. Say, bro, you need to mind your fucking business, bro. Woo, bro. And he backed the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, you know what's wrong with that? I said, you allow for people like that in your life. If you always back off and allow them that space, they can continue to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They never have to look at themselves in the mirror. I said, when you don't back down from a motherfucker like that, then you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, either one or two things gonna happen. Either he gonna do something ignorant or he gonna recognize the ignorance, whoever it is. I said, but if you don't never challenge it, then they'll continue to keep it on. And basically, he swallowed that because what? He wanted to keep being able to interview T.O. Senior and be close to him and shit. Right. But that's the same shit that got T.O. ass whooped last week.
That motherfucker did a backflip with no one in the arena.
Fact. So, like I said, Fred money don't come from no motherfucker. So he can keep it 100. He if he'll interview you, you know what I'm saying, he gonna keep it 100 because his dollars don't come from you, bro. And I like that, bro. I like that.
Thank you.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, Fred boy. You got me debating this burning shit.
I'll burn it for you. How much were it? $80?
About 100 something. They whole sweatsuits. They're not like just a hoodie.
You don't need that energy in your house.
Right. But I'm telling you, man, if you do something like that and started a hashtag like that and them niggas seen that shit burning like that,
man, that'll break their heart.
Man, say, bro, people don't realize how much power they got here. I keep telling everybody, you make history every time you click the link or you jump on the phone or something. All this is history right here, bro.
Yeah, this is documented.
This is documented. That's why I said, man, make sure when you come on and you say something, it aged well. Some of that shit aged like milk. You know what I'm saying? So, just keep it 100, man, in everything you do, and you'll be all right, man. Salute to you, Fred. Holla at your light skin.
You coming on the show later on, Ugly Cuz?
Man, you already know. Hey, and
troublemaking ass nigga. Hey, Fred, this is one troublemaking ass nigga, bro. This motherfucker starts so much trouble.
I'll be listening.
Look, he the type of nigga, right? He shoot up the club and then walk off. Yeah. Can't nobody find a nigga or nothing.
Yeah, that nigga walk from third to home. Yeah, he do that.
Sometimes you got to steal a few bases, man.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, salute to y'all, man. Keep the barbershop going. I love coming in and getting clipped up. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going, man. Salute to you.
All the time, dog.
And,
you got to burn that joint, man. They got Kyle under pressure.
Too Loud Early's back. What y'all gonna do?
What you gonna do, man?
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do about this.
That's your WBC belt. What do you want me to burn? Tell me what you want me to burn.
Man, I don't know, Fred, but damn, man, that shit costs a lot of money, man.
So what are you doing then? Why are you on here telling what fighters need to do? That motherfucker called you a broke Negro. You ain't nothing. And you gonna wear it?
I wasn't gonna wear it. That's why it's still in the rappers.
It ain't no one gonna buy that joint, man. Nah, someone would buy it though for like half the price. You can get half of it back. So you really, if they cost $120, you probably can get $80 for it, for sure. So you're literally just throwing away $80.
It's great quality, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's some good quality shit.
Whose is it, Jamel?
I can wear that shit. Huh?
Whose is it, Jamel or Jamal?
Jamel.
Who?
Jamel.
Oh, that's an easy burn.
Yeah, especially for you, for sure.
That's an easy burn. God damn, that's easy. That's easy. I don't think it's no comeback for Jamel, man. That motherfucker done disrespected every black person in boxing. You know what I mean? Shit. So but yeah, man, that's totally your decision. But I would lean on persuading you to burn it. That shit would go dumb, but you would hurt that. Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a shirt that say broke ass Deontay Wilder fan.
What's that gonna do?
No, because that's nigga, remember? That's what they called us, a broke ass Deontay Wilder fan. So I'm gonna have a broke ass Deontay Wilder fan shirt on while I burn the fucking sweat.
And what are you gonna do with the sweatsuit?
I'm gonna burn the sweatsuit and I'm gonna have a shirt on that says broke ass Deontay Wilder fan.
I'll pay for the shirt. So send me how much it costs for the shirt. I'll I'll do that and we'll do it. No, you'll record it and we'll repost it. But you got to have someone recording you, and you got to do it in a 10 bucket, okay? Or you got to do it in or you got to dig a hole. Dig like a 4-foot hole, 3-foot hole.
Fred got me out here fucking Boy Scouting and shit.
No, I'm just saying so you don't burn nothing. No, I'm just trying to help. Metal don't burn, it get hot. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm not hanging up. The phone lines aren't open yet. Now the phone lines are open. So go ahead. Feel free to call in. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But I respect anything you do. But yeah, I would just advocate. Fred, he need a sacrifice. Oh, we can't believe. Oh shit! They say you need to sacrifice, but we don't believe nothing you saying about the Haneys. That's why I'm not going to the tank fight. I'm not, man. I ain't going to that shit. How would I look like going to the tank fight, rushing home, and starting the show at 9 o'clock? Hell no. What's up, 202?
What's up, Big Fred? I was wondering when you usually say that Haney needs to trade his own lane, do his own thing. Mm-hmm. I was wondering, how does a fighter who can't get guys in the ring, because how can he really create his own lane if he can't get fighters in the ring to fight him?
There's hundreds of fighters. There's thousands of fighters to choose from. You ain't got to go with the people you think he should be fighting. He can create opponents. You know, you can do the same thing Bob Arum do. Oh, you was an Olympian in 2012? Okay, let me fight you. Come on. I got you. I'll give you $75,000. Come on, man. You know, I mean, so many different opponents out there, man. You know, and that's how you create your own lane. And I think if you making that much, so they said Joe, what's his name? Diaz is making 1.5 million. So that means Devin's making at least 2.5.
At least.
He has the money to create his own lane. I wouldn't, man. You give me, if I was a fighter, if I took one check, I would build up till I got to like 17-0 and I became a millionaire. So let's say I was Lomachenko, right? I'm not sure how much money he's made, but I'm pretty sure he's made a lot. As soon as I hit that mark, I'm gone. I don't know. But the genius in me, I would take a whole undercard with me. Come on, y'all. On a card. I show you the real numbers. I made $700,000 on this card. Y'all can do the same. Who's coming with me?
What I mean?
So I don't care. That's their system. You're separating yourself from the system.
Right.
Who cares about?
But that would mean we would have to start stepping up in our support for our own.
We are stepping up. We sell out the arenas.
Right.
We just gotta trust me. The fans don't know the difference.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Okay.
Black people just don't get as loud as Mexicans.
Right.
That's all it is, bro. It was just as many niggas in that Cool Boy fight as it was Mexicans. But Mexicans get drunk and they get loud than a motherfucker. You know, black folks want to be too goddamn cool all the goddamn time. That's the problem was. That's why when they're doing that Mexico shit, you know, a couple of them start that USA chant. But, you know, that's what it be, man. Mexicans are just hella fucking loud. That's the only difference. So, like, when they be nigga miss four punches and they be, oh, Mexico, viva la Mexico. Yeah. That's
anybody been following boxing over the years, whether you go back to the Sugar Ray, Tommy Hearn days, all that, the boxing only excels unless we're the face of boxing. The problem that I think that's really bad what they're doing with boxing is trying to black out the black fighters and the black fight fans in America. They're trying to feed us Mexicans and fighters, Latinos and Eastern Europeans and all that. And boxing does its best when they have us as the face of it.
It's structural at this point. I mean, it's second nature for them to do that now. Everybody say we got to build our own. Man, the athletes won't even do it, man. How the hell? Listen, Everybody say it, but no one will do it. The athletes won't do it. The entertainers won't do it. That's why I say focus on your last name, because these motherfuckers, like, okay, here's a great example. LeBron James said, "Oh, Black Lives Matter." Next thing you know, Nike selling Black Lives Matter shirts. I'm like, huh? Come on, dog. Like, I'm done. I'm like, God damn.
Right, they commercialized that.
God damn. I mean, when we can't win for losing, dog.
They was on Amazon around that time when that Black Lives Matter thing was so hip and everything was going on. When you went on Amazon, they even had like thing to say Black Lives Matter all over the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, you ain't never lied.
But yeah, that's my call for that. I appreciate it. But no, I wanted to say one thing though. With far as these undisputed, if you look at like what they're doing with you Ugas fighting in the tournament after just winning the belt, and what they did with Canelo, they laid it out for him to become undisputed. If you know, they took a vacant belt and put it with a belt with Caleb Smith for him to win 2 belts and everything. Right. You know what I mean? For me, like, they playing keep away from Spence and Crawford. Right. Man. You know, but yeah. That's my call. Thanks, Fred. I appreciate it, bro.
All the time.
Oh, okay, man.
See, it's hard walking away from millions of dollars, man. It wasn't hard for me. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It wasn't hard. I pretended it was hard, but nah, it wasn't that hard.
Yeah. Hey, listen. That 10 million, though, Fred. That 10 million in one setting that Killer Plant got, boy, it's hard to say fuck that.
I mean, man.
You at fought or you wouldn't have fought the nigga?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Saturday morning, we wouldn't have been fighting. Hell nah, I would have set the whole thing up. My back hurt. My back hurt. What's up, man? How you been?
Yeah, how you doing, Fred?
What's up, man? Better hurry up before the guard walk by.
Guard.
This motherfucker. He been talking to himself ever since he got that phone. You know what I mean? What's up, Max?
Yo, what's good with it?
Hey, what the hell is on
man?
On your wall? What is that on your wall? Pigs?
No, I had some pictures over there, but I kicked my ex out, so I had to take all them down. But no, to chime in on what's going on with the whole Haney bullshit situation, WBC bullshit. I hear you constantly preaching take your career into your own hands. You know what I'm saying? Which I fully support in every aspect. But I was trying to think to myself, and I'm like, there's really only been one fighter that's ever done that, right? Which is just Floyd, right? Or am I mistaken?
I wouldn't say Floyd did it because he didn't seek the ownership. He wanted the check. Floyd should own PBC. Really, he should be a majority partner in PBC for sure.
So fair to say he came the closest then.
Because 50 Cent tried to get the nigga ownership. He didn't. But Haney was like, nigga, please.
Yeah, 50. See what would have happened is Al would have blocked him. That's all that was. 50 Cent was telling him, nigga, you're the talent. What are you doing? Stop playing. We're gonna create our own. And Floyd, because he was so connected to Al, he thought he was getting over on him when Floyd. I think 50 Cent is a guy, you either whoop me or you're not. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna do what he say he's gonna do. That's just how I interpret him. And he was in the process of working it, and then Floyd got out of jail, right? And then Floyd thought that he wanted to take advantage of him, and he said, "No, I'm going to Al." But I think 50 Cent's gonna be richer than Floyd. I really believe.
Yeah, I mean, 50's doing his thing with the stars and the BMF and power and all that. He's
and he has more leverage in the world now. You know what I mean? Than Floyd.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he ain't made a good song in years. So you know what I'm saying? He obviously knows what he's doing.
Whoa.
I talk about theme songs.
We about to play a song on your ass, man.
Just don't let it be a 50 anywhere in the past 5 years. Hey, I'm a 50 Cent fan, but I don't call a spade, man. I mean, I respect him as a businessman, but the music is, that's a whole nother thing. But what I was gonna get to.
Hold on, bro. He just gave you 3 classic theme songs, man. 3 classics.
I said other than theme songs, man.
No, but if you never listen to the whole song.
I mean, you play that? It's on your playlist. So when you drive through Oakland with your windows down, you're playing the theme song, The Power?
For sure.
Oh, hell no.
The BMF, nigga, the BMF song? The BMF song?
I ain't heard it.
Yeah.
Anthony Hamilton?
No, it's a good song, but it's not in my playlist. I'm not turning that shit on purpose.
Man, you crazy. You out your fucking mind. If you heard the whole song, you would, nigga.
I hear it. I'm a hip hop. I mean, like it comes to boxing, I'm a hip hop. I listen to everything, even if I don't like it, just to listen to it, to know I don't like it. But as far as what I was gonna say, as far as the fighters taking the career into their own hands, like, do you think they don't do it because it's too much? I mean, can they focus on fighting and training and doing everything and the promotional side of the business?
Man, these fighters got tattoos of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Sojourner Truth, Pancho Sanchez, Pancho Villa, Cesar Chavez. They talking about it's hard. Come on, man. Got this shit. Everybody want to be it till it's your turn. I don't. Nah. Fuck
hey,
that.
Fred, like I always say, I ain't dying for you niggas. That's what I always tell you niggas.
Yeah, facts. Go ahead.
No, I would think it would get mentally draining though, right? Having to go to all these meetings, deal with the paperwork by yourself. I mean, either way, you would need a team and have to kind of give that job to somebody to do.
Yeah, but you will own that. You will own the job they have, nigga.
Yeah, to own your own. Yeah, I get the ownership part of it. Yeah, I mean, but even then, it's like you're still trusting someone else to I hope you can do this. I mean,
but you still in charge though. You're not in charge of the PBC when you go up over there. You still got to answer to some fucking body. I mean, we all got somebody to answer to, but
I mean, it's hard. It's hard getting around that old money, man. Boxing, old money. Boxing. It's gonna be hard to wiggle around that, not get blackballed, and not.
Man, this ain't the fucking 30s, man. This ain't the 30s, and this ain't fucking Great Gatsby, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the bullshit.
I mean, it is to some people.
And fuck that, nigga. The Great Gatsby, that shit over with, man. Money.
Bob Aaron was riding shotgun out there in the Great Gatsby days. And he's what? It's like 90, 80 something.
88, 89. Bob pushing.
Hey, he don't look like he's passing away no time soon. So
he rolling. Bob rolling. And
then as far as like Suleiman inherited that from his pop, so it's like they're gonna have to wait for someone to die all the way out and bring it, unless I mean, I hate to say this, I know a lot of people are gonna cause an uproar, but they might have to get with them Paul boys and see what they did for those first 2 pay-per-views. They did that shit 100% on their own, put it on the internet, got their own fan bases. Yep. They didn't need belts, they didn't need nothing else. Yep. And because of that, boxing embraced them and like, oh, we can make some money off you guys. But
Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn was like, oh, I see what's going on. And Devin Haney received promotion from that because he was on one of those undercards too, gave him a whole new fan base
here in LA. And that's why the Paul brothers went to a network, because they couldn't handle they lacked the infrastructure. I would say that's one of the reasons why, because if you're making all that money, but infrastructure is not hard to do. And once you have proof of concept, you pay people out. You ask people to take under their wages. We're going to build this. Mark Cuban did it, and then he paid out $25 million each employee, and now all his employees are filthy rich. So I know it can be done. But people, I mean, how the hell can you? Man, you got to do it. Someone got to do it.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, the Haney's definitely need to sue PBC, the WBC for all the money they've been giving them.
Yeah, but
playing champion.
But every fighter is just talking about money. Like as much as I respect Bill and them, they always talking about like the benefits of money. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot. Like we got the Rolls Royce, we got this, we got that. that's cool, but it has to be an elevation. You understand what I'm saying? Because Bill had money for a long time. Corey Stevenson even said it. So I think that we know Bill to be very successful at going out and getting it, whether it's boxing, whether it's music industry, or whether it's just Bill being Bill. And I think the elevation got to be like, for example, if Devin owned 10 apartment buildings, he wouldn't be stressing over this boxing. You ain't gonna get my money? Okay, cool. I'm gonna hold on to this belt till you give me what I deserve.
Yeah,
You know,
get J-Rock. You see J-Rock. Remember Redman said.
Yeah, right. And if and that's what's happening to Carissa Shields. She got to go overseas. Now they canceling her card. But that was a plan. They canceled her card on purpose. That was a plan to make her go through 2 camps, you know, to make her weak.
So they canceled the card.
Yeah, it's in January now. Remember, it was in December. But that was on purpose. That was really I believe they do that on purpose. So I think when the American market disrespects Carissa Shields, when a fighter, black, Mexican, when an American fighter doesn't support Carissa Shields, there's a problem.
Yeah, I think now more so than ever, being that there is social media and everyone has direct voice to express themselves. I mean, we see the fighters do it all the time when they're talking shit to each other. Like, they need to stand on their soapbox for certain issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they need to put the pressure on everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
right. And that's why I support Lorenzo Simpson. You know, he's doing it on his own. You know, I root for his success. Yes.
Fred, let me tell you something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
My homeboy, I think him and Darren, damn shit, what's his name? I call him DC, but I can't think. Cunningham. I can't think of his first name right now. My homeboy, we went to middle school together, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught up with him at the fight. I run into the nigga, and I man, listen, he helps manage Truck Simpson too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him, I said, man, we're not even supposed to be here, dog. I said, man, the shit that we used to get into.
Yeah, you ain't seen him in 20 years. I saw your story.
Man, listen, dog. I said the shit that we used to get into, the position that we in right now, me on the I'm on a world syndicated platform. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is around the world, Fred.
It's called World Wide Web for a reason.
And that nigga got 2 great fighters. He making shit happen.
Who's the second fighter?
I think he worked with Truck and he worked with Cunningham. What's that nigga?
No. Darren Cunningham.
Darren Cunningham. That's the name.
No.
Yeah, he worked with both them fighters.
That's fly.
So, and I told the nigga, I said, nigga, I don't know how the fuck we got here fast, but we blessed, nigga, because we what nigga the shit that we was into. Ain't no way we supposed to be doing what we doing right now. Ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yes, that was crazy. When you brought up Truck, I thought.
Yeah, I have no doubt that Bill knows how to go out and get it. Like I respect Bill on that end. I just think Bill needs to be more assertive as it pertains, especially Floyd. Like, you got to put your foot down on Floyd. Like, you got to put your foot on his neck. You got to put your foot on Leonard's neck. You know what I mean? You got to let them know that you've arrived. Like how you said Sean needs to, what's his name? Sean with his dad. I think the Haneys need to do that with Floyd. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't going, I'm not that little boy no more. You know what I mean? I don't need your pointers no more. Thank you. But it's business now. I'm the big shark. You know what I mean? I'm the great whale. You know, so I'm sorry.
No, I totally agree with you, and I think they kind of got a head start above this next generation of fighters because, you know, being they're self-promoted in a sense, I guess you can say, right? They didn't sign with Al or Bob or anyone, so they were smart enough right away. Now that he's young to set that infrastructure, that foundation to start getting there. But it's literally them against the world, though, man. They're going up against some all-time greats in this business, man. Like,
yeah, you gotta take people with you. You got to team up. You got to ask some other fighters to say, "Hey, y'all want to do this together?"
Yeah, you damn near gotta start a mutiny out here. You know what I mean? Like,
I tried to do it in the media. They thought I was trying to leverage their platform. Like, no, we can literally get money out this deal. Imagine if they did a fight and no media showed up. Everybody getting fired.
yeah.
Everybody. What? Where the media at? Oh well, they.
I mean, Devin Haney got to shake Nike this shit and be like, "Hey, you tired of your man just dancing in your videos, bro? Come on over to you know what I mean, the DHT, man."
Devin's next though. Devin is placed well to be next. You know, like he's, I think positioned well. I think he's in a great position. You know, and I want him to be next. You know, I think he's earned the right. You know, like his journey to get to the space that he's in, and now he's at a space where he's at a fork in the road. You know, and he got to make a decision. Am I going to do politics as usual? Or I'm going to do it the real Haney way, like we've been doing it. You know, sometimes you can be satisfied with the steak, you know, when in fact you should want the cow, you know. And I think that's where the Haney's got to be. You know, they're very comfortable. I've been in Bill's house, immaculate, 30-foot ceilings. You know, and have everything you could possibly want. Beautiful kids, god damn. And it gets to a point where you got to make the decision, and you got to accept that it's going to be $1,000 at a time. It's going to be $500 at a time. It ain't going to be Eddie Hearn's $3 million. Eddie Hearn's $2.5 million. You know, you're going to have to fight for $400,000. And you're going to have to fight for $800,000. Then you're going to have to fight for $1 million and $2 million. That's what Floyd did. That's how he fought 17 times and 12 times in 18 months or something like that. You think he was making $1 million a fight? You know? So
No, I totally agree with you.
Why don't fighters fight more than just 2 times a year?
They're scared of that L, man. That's it.
That's part of it. That's definitely part of it.
Yeah, that Floyd shit changed the game. All these fighters are scared to lose. All of them. Even the best ones. They can say they're not scared of fighting one, but they're scared to take an L.
Oh, they don't want to lose their position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No one.
To piggyback off what you were saying, I was actually going to bring up the same point that being that a lot of these fighters are so money oriented, they're also scared to lose money to make more later. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to lose some now, like you said, either take smaller purses and build up, or in the position of Devin Haney and Kambosos, maybe go ahead and outbid everyone else to a point you know you ain't going to make that money back, but you're going to get that fight. Like, you might have to lose on the event against Kambosos in total, but then you become undisputed, and then you have all the leverage from there. So, you know, I don't know, man. It's a dirty game, and we've all known this shit when it comes to boxing. Politics as usual, man.
You just got. I wonder how much you got to have to start a sanctioning body. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you have to, you know what I'm saying?
I think it just got to be recognized by the state. The sanctioning body of the state. If they recognize it, then I'm sure there's some fees you got to pay, and maybe you got to have proof of income. You got to have a certain amount of liquidity, and there you go. But imagine a man shows up in a suit, takes $300,000, and then leaves. Imagine. You just show up like a thief in the night. WBO president goes and he hands you a belt and gives you. You might as well go to Gucci and buy every belt, Louis Vuitton, you know, Ferragamo. Yeah, he just shows up. Like, where are they during the week? What are they doing?
Do you think that it's kind of similar to what they just did to Boo Boo with that mandatory?
Oh, that was that was a Bob play. Because how do you get back-to-back mandatories? That was a Bob play, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob play. Bob squeezing him. Bob squeezing the hell out of Eddie. And that's one of the reasons why I do miss it, because I know I know many of the roads that these promoters are taking, and I know many of these media outlets don't really are keen in the business aspect of boxing. They're keen in the headlines and who's fighting who. They know more than me about that, but in terms of like the infrastructure and how to build a boxing house, I think I have a great deal to offer. And I would love to interview Eddie, for 30 minutes and talk to him about that stuff. So
man, I see. I'm gonna have to look at some of your old videos, because I came in a little bit later, I guess, after you. I always hear about you losing your credentials. I don't even know what it was for. Media or promoting or
me being Fred. Media. Me being
media. Okay.
Me being this person that you see. That's all it is. Yeah. So that's all it is.
The infamous DJ.
What's up, DJ? We might as well close the show with y'all. What's up, DJ?
He's on mute. You're on mute.
There you go. No, man, you had it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That nigga been up.
Okay, it was my phone was acting stupid. It was still saying I was backstage.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, man. What's going on with y'all tonight, man? How y'all feeling?
Great. Kyle, what's that? Yogurt?
Sleepy as hell. Something to keep me up and shit. DJ at work tonight, so I can't slack off tonight. DJ at work and shit, so I can't even.
Right. Man, listen, Fred, I'm with you on everything on these fighters going off on their own. I'm with you, but here's the thing, right? Remember when it was years ago, man? Years ago, I remember I was real little, but I remember it happening. You remember when USFL tried to go head to head with the XFL with the NFL, and they closed their ass down? That's what happened to these fighters if they try to go head to head with these promotions. All of a sudden, they can't get fight sanctioned. They can't get refs. You see what I'm saying? They can't get venues all of a sudden. You know what I mean? I think that's more so what would happen more than anything if these fighters try to go off and create something on their own. I mean, these promoters have sued each other all the time, for the little stuff they do, and they got millions of dollars in the bank. Imagine what they'll do to somebody like a Devin Haney or a Boo Andrade if he decided to go off and make his own fights. He wouldn't get a fight sanctioned. Like, who's the opponent? We can't sanction that. We've never heard of this guy. But he's in the top 10. No, never heard of him. To quote my guy Mark Nash, never heard of him. So once again, they putting the screws to Devin Haney and to Demetrius Andrade. I don't know what these guys have done to the boxing establishment for guys for boxing to treat them this way. Didn't Boo Boo just fight a mandatory not even 3 weeks ago? But he's got to turn around and fight another one. Why are they protecting him from Jamal Charlo?
They're not protecting him. That was a Bob Arum move.
How so? I heard you say that. How so?
It's a Bob Arum fighter.
Jamal Charlo?
No, the Russian that
the mandatory.
Andrade got
the mandatory. He's the top rank.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Bob
trying to get some belts back. Bob trying to get some belts back since his
No, Bob won. Bob obviously wants his fighter to win, but Bob ain't got to pay the salary, and he's forcing Andrade to fight another mandatory, not elevate him.
Interesting.
Bob strikes again, man.
Mm-hmm.
I had two questions about the.
If he'll do that to Andre, I can't wait to see what he about to do to Tio. I'm sorry, Tio done fucked up. He done, man, listen. I've said this a couple times now. Look, you went off and tried to get your own bag without me, tried to cut me out the deal. You went and fought on my rival's network, and you lost my belts. You're done. You done,
bro.
You finna fight some wolves. You finna fight some hounds. You hear me?
Listen. His dumb ass should have never. He should have fought during COVID. Like he should have said, "I ain't got COVID," and fought. Because they didn't even test him. He came out and told him that he had it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen, it's ways that you can fake the shit out some tests, nigga.
Man, listen, he should have fought Lomachenko again like Bob wanted it to. Because remember, that's why all this shit started. He was supposed to give Lomachenko a rematch. But he was like, no, Loma wasn't gonna give me one. Loma wasn't gonna give me one, so why would I give him one? No, you gonna fight. You gotta fight Lomachenko again. Okay.
Hey.
Tino said, watch this. Bob about to say, watch this.
Hey, the same reason why Lomachenko lost his belts is the same reason why Teofimo lost his belts. When you look past niggas and you think shit's sweet, you think you can do whatever you want in the ring against these niggas, and then they show up and that shit different. You go, oh, shit, I can't really do what I thought I was gonna be able to do. My jab ain't long enough to touch him, or my hands weren't fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the boxing section is just in here right now, huh? Shit.
Yo, I had a question about the mandatory game, right? So the other day I was talking, and I heard that unifications trump mandatories. Is that true or false? And then usually you have about a year, right?
Who's he gonna unify with, bro?
Well, I mean, for the Charlo fight, if he's able to.
Yeah, Charlo ain't fighting him, man. That man that's old as he ain't fighting him. Don't nobody want to fight Andre for some reason, man. I'm still trying to figure it out if he's such a horrible fighter.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Demetrius Andre, he needs to get a stylist, bro.
I don't be caring how he do. I mean, all these dudes dress weird, man. I don't be caring about that.
Man, but
hey, you need to be a stylist, Kyle, man. You need to be one,
bro. Because niggas can't relate to Demetrius Andre, man. That's why this shit is happening, man.
Man, them Texas, man, I said them Texas niggas be wearing choker chains, bro. Like, come on, man. All of them be dressing weird, bro. Like, you know, I'll never mind. I'm too broke to understand their style. I would never rock Fendi, even if I had that kind of money. I would never rock Fendi. I think that's more of a female brand to me. You know what I'm saying? My wife tried to buy me some Savage X Fenty drawers. I don't care if they make them for dudes. That's for women. That's women's lingerie line. That's what I think of when I hear Savage Fenty. You got don't buy me that, baby.
Yeah, I can make $1 billion. I'm still gonna wear my pro clubs. That ain't never gonna change. So.
Fruit of the Loom. Give me the Fruit of the Loom sponsorship. I'll rock that. But back to my original point, man, before I veer out too far, man, these fighters couldn't do that if they wanted to, Fred. They couldn't. They die slow down.
Au contraire, DJ. Au contraire.
Here go, man.
Like a beat without a snare. I dare to tear into your ego. Weebo, way back like some ganja and Filippo.
What I wanted to add is I want to counter my brother DJ a little bit on that.
What's up, man?
They can do it, man. It's just that they're afraid. Because, see, the fighters are the product. So the product, if they didn't have the fear and they learned a little bit of knowledge about the business aspect of it, they can do it. Hence, the music business. The music business has changed forever. Remember, no one could get in the music business without going through the big companies and all that. Well, that's not the case now. You can create your own lane. You can create your own labels, your own. The only thing I haven't seen some of these independents do is create their own distribution. Other than that, they've created their own labels. Who's got distribution of their own? Who? I don't know of a black-owned distribution company. So enlighten me. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you how that's different. Or I'm gonna tell you how it's different and the same. You don't have to have. Nobody has to sanction you putting out your work. You can easily go to any of these streaming platforms. You go to YouTube, Spotify, whatever else, and you can put your product out, right? You don't have to go ask these commissions permission to, because that's pretty much what you're doing. You're asking them permission to put on a fight. You don't have to do that with music. That's where it's different. With social media and the internet now, you really don't need that label money to give you that push. Now they can get a garbage artist, like they could get a garbage fighter, put millions of dollars of promotion and air and radio play into that, and it'll trump whatever you're doing. We see it happen all the time.
Yeah, but look,
You can put the machine behind you and push it.
The Paul brothers have just showed the fighters that there's a way to do it. Mike Tyson showed them there's a way to do it.
The Paul brothers, the Paul brothers on YouTube. That's what you missing. The Paul brothers were filthy rich already. These fighters ain't filthy rich.
Hey, regardless, all they got to do is combine themselves, their forces together. Is what I'm.
But
trying
also
to say.
the
Look
Paul
here.
brothers. Hey,
If you don't need the belts. You don't need the belts per se. You are the product. The people are going to watch the fighters, not the belts. And once the fighters, the named fighters, on the A status fighters, if they ever get their nuts together and come together and create this opportunity for themselves, it can happen. And they can change what these sanctioning bodies are doing. They can change what these promoters are doing. But it won't change until they have enough nuts. Just like Fred been telling all the time, these fighters are not going to stand up for themselves. We can't fight the battle for them fully. All we can do is keep putting it in the air, but they too afraid themselves. So if they don't stand up for themselves, it's going to remain the same until these fighters stand up for themselves. Now you got the likes of Devin Haney and that's trying to. He didn't take fight. He didn't take a fight. Some other promotion coming. He went ahead and did his own thing. Now he's
they all got
partnered with a bigger. Yeah, that's understandable. But he's still in a position. He's in a position to.
They're not making all the money on their own, is what DJ is saying. Like
I understand all that, but what I'm saying is, he was talking about the sanctioning bodies primarily. If you can take it out of the, you can make them be in their hands more than you think. What does this? If the sanctioning bodies don't have these key fighters, what do they have?
New ones?
No product. They have no product.
Key fighters.
But there's always going to be someone else, though.
That's okay. But those someone else look up to what? The fighters before them. So
yeah, but I mean, you see what happens with UFC. Like, you see what's happening with John Jones. There'll be someone else.
That's a different lane, and they got a different structure over there. But at the same time, but this is the thing. If Mayweather had used his head fully, he not only changed some things, but he could have changed even more things. How many fighters would not have followed him? He could have went in there and changed all that. Mayweather was the first one harped about a belt don't make me, I make the belt. That statement is true, but you got to live it. If they take their power out of that, if they take the power back and just take it out of the hands of the sanctioning body, they ain't got to worry about that. Fred been telling them that the whole time. It can happen. They just got to grow their nuts a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's just too big of a risk. And I mean, it's a big reward, but it's a big risk. A lot of these fighters come from nothing. They're going to give up millions and millions on the hope of hopefully, I mean, one in the hand's worth more than two in the bush.
Okay, we got a few celebrities that has a certain amount of net worth, right, in this country. All right, we got certain fighters that have a certain amount of net worth in this country or around the world. If those guys bring their resources together, they can create this lane. It can happen. They just gotta be willing to work together, and they gotta be willing to grow their nuts and let the nuts hang. They're not willing to do that because they have the fear. If people keep telling them they can't do it, they won't ever try to do it. You gotta create your own lane. People out here getting in business every day for themselves, creating their own lane. It can be done. Now the sanctioned bodies, they got a grip on it right now, but it can be taken away from them, and they know it can. But they know these fighters are too afraid to make it happen or to make that step. So it's not going to happen.
It ain't even necessarily about the sanctioning bodies. It's the athletic commissions that won't say, man, these guys got enough skin in the game where they don't have these promoters can say, hey, I'm going to put a fight card on that same night. These guys are pretty much throwing back alley fights. I don't need you to sanction that. The UFC had problems getting fights sanctioned because of boxing and because of Congress when they first started. That's why they went to the, remember they were bare knuckle and all that shit. It's the reason why bare knuckle boxing is on Indian reservation. That's where these fighters would have to go. And then all boxing has to do is put a card on that same night. Nobody's watching that. Who are you going to sell it to? How are you going to get it out to the public? What streaming service are you going to go to?
If you got big names that's making these moves, they will follow. Because if just like we talking about Tank's not fighting anybody, if the names don't bring any kind of attention, who's going to watch it? If the names that bring attention are at the smaller farm arenas, people will still follow and watch it. I've just realized we got more fights going on in my area than I realized. And I'm gonna start checking some of these fights out because I didn't know there was that many fights going on around my. Matter of fact, Lou Dibella's got a fight about 50 minutes from me pretty soon.
What city?
I mean, Clarksville at Austin P.
Clarksville up at Austin P.
So and Mayweather was in town this past weekend, but of course I wasn't checking it out because he wasn't fighting. I'm trying to watch the big fights that was on television.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying, it can be done, man. We just look here. UFC started somewhere. Bare knuckles boxing, it started somewhere, and it's making a buzz. You got to grow it.
Yeah,
if you build it, they will come. But exactly. But if you, let me tell you something. If
I watch all them shit.
Let me tell you something. Ice Cube, and a few other partners of his, they came up with 3-on-3 basketball, right? There was already a concept out there going around nationwide, but he don't put it on a broad platform for the world to look at it.
Yeah, but
he
went to
where? He went to where?
But he did.
He went to a network. He went to a network and got it done.
But he did it, and he owns it. He did it, and he owns it, and he brought other parties in with him.
It ain't got shit on the NBA though. So you trying to make NBA money or Big Three money?
But guess what? If he didn't have eyeballs watching, they wouldn't be on these networks. They getting money. They growing every year. More teams, more coaches, more sponsorship, everything.
That's great because I actually watch Big Three. But this is what I'm saying. These old promoters ain't gonna let these guys on TV because if that succeeds, it will topple the way boxing operates. I guarantee you, if these fighters come together and try to do that, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum for damn sure, seeing how he got ESPN behind him, I promise you they will try to bury it. That's all I'm saying. They will bury it.
I feel
what network they gonna go to? What network are they gonna go to?
They don't have to start off at a big network. All they got to do is do.
How they gonna get it out there? They gonna put it on YouTube for free?
All they got to do is do some event venues around local areas and have. Look here, these little promoters in my area, they doing online. They doing the online streaming, and they doing the gate. The gate's $40 on average, $35, $40, and the streaming. I don't know what it costs, but it might cost about the same. And they got to be having some success, or they want to keep doing it. I saw a guy running with Nest today. This is what got me onto it. I saw a guy running to Nest today. I mean, that be on Nest show. He had on TriStar Boxing. I know anybody that's a Tennessean. Anybody that's a Tennessean know what TriStar is. So when I saw that, I said, "Darn, what is he doing with that?" You know, they in Vegas out there, right? So I go and I Google it. It's a promotion company, locally, Nashville, and they doing shows here and there. Matter of fact, D. Will was on the other night, and he was talking to me about a boxer that he runs with and stuff like that. D. Will say fight sometime. So this guy's a part of that umbrella. And I'm telling you, man, it can be done. If those guys can get $40 at the gate, and I've been to some of these local fights in the past, if they can get $40 at the gate and get this streaming, and apparently they've been getting it, and that's why they keep doing it. If you got some cashier names, ain't no telling how many people showed up down. Mayweather was at a little rinky-dink arena, the oldest arena in Nashville, the Municipal Auditorium, probably hold 8 to 10 grand at most, but they didn't use all of it. And he showed up. He was there. A homeboy of mine did the film production on it. I mean, did the camera work on it. And I saw his Instagram information. The thing about it, they had a good crowd. So if they promote this stuff and they got names that people know about, it can happen. I just don't believe it can't happen. I'm just not that dude. I believe you push hard enough and you work it, massage it, and you get enough resources, you can make it happen. I believe that. It's just you got to be willing to go through the trenches to get to the mountaintop. If you're not willing to do that, it ain't gonna happen. Everything's a leap of faith, but at the same time, with a good business plan, you can make it happen. But I just don't want us to believe like that. I don't believe that way now because I know some things can happen if you put your foot forward, and I just don't want people to believe that because first of all, if you are the product, you can make a change. Because I don't care how big these sanctioning bodies are, these commissions are, without the product, they have nothing. Nothing at all. What people gonna do? Pay to watch them talk about boxing, or to say what the rules are about boxing, or tell them about fights that they wish they had? No, they ain't paying for that. They want to pay for the fighters. They want to pay to see the fighters fight. And if they don't have those, they got nothing.
But I mean, sports has shown us over history though that everybody's replaceable. We saw what happened with Le'Veon Bell. We seen what happened to these athletes that want to make those moves for themselves, and there's going to be another one right behind you that's going to be a flash in the pan. It's going to knock someone out. It's going to be the new wave. You know what I mean? I mean, I want it to happen. I'm right there with you. It's just you got to look at what I mean. I'm looking at it as a point of like what's possible and what's probable. You know what I mean? It is possible. It's just not probable. At least not at the moment. You would have to set the foundation now and then maybe build 10, 15, 20, 25 years into it to become established. But who's willing to sacrifice their career to take that jump right now?
But let me tell you. Let me ask you this. I feel what you're saying. No disrespect or anything. I feel exactly what all of y'all saying. But let me ask you this. You're a boxing fan, right? Are you going to want to see a fight that you know is going to be action-packed versus some guys that are just up and coming that you never heard of and you don't know what they're going to give you as far as the fight? But you know this other fight over here is action-packed because you know the names that are fighting. Which one would you rather watch?
Yeah, I'm always going to pick people I know over people I don't. But I'll probably watch them both.
Exactly. So if you got Jay-Z in concert, and then you got your local homeboy that you don't really know him, but you've heard about him. He might be good, but who are you gonna go watch if the money's the same? Jay-Z or your homeboy?
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. And in that example, you would need at least two, obviously for the main event, at least two fighters that are willing to go against their promotions and go against the whole tradition of boxing. And then
you need more than two. You need more.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna have to put on another fight.
What I'm saying,
you're gonna need all the top boxers in the game, though.
That's what I'm saying. The A-status fighters, I mean the A-level fighters. If a good bulk of them, if not the majority of them, decide to come together, if they had any sense, instead of out here hating on each other, they decide to come together and decide they're gonna do their own thing. They can make it happen. The only problem is a lot of them are locked into these contracts, and they can't make too many moves suddenly like that. And I understand that, but I'm saying take the contract portion out of it. If the contract wasn't in place, these guys could make those agreements and move. Mike Tyson's tried to tell them. The Logan brothers, even though we all see them as YouTube creators and stuff like that, they've shown them. My man Fred is always talking about stuff like this, and it can happen. And you got people showing that they can take matters in their own hand. When you got guys that are fighters that are starting their own promotional companies, legit promotional companies, that's a step forward in that direction.
So in other words, they need to unionize then.
You ain't necessarily got to unionize. You just got to come to an agreement, a mutual agreement. But I mean, if you think a union helps the situation, fine. But I don't think you need a union to make moves in situations. Hey, let me tell you something. On the inside, ain't no unions. When you want to boycott, and on the inside, we all talk about it and we sit down. Ain't no union. You just got to have agreement.
I ain't
You
gonna
gotta have
lie to
some
y'all.
balls too.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas, man. I'm tired of this motherfucker, bro.
You getting out of here in 10 minutes anyway.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all niggas, man. The boxing session is gonna be live, but Kyle Davis might not be on there. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all niggas, man. This shit, hey, listen, I done got up 4-5 times. I done ate shit, drunk shit, ain't shit working.
Man.
So,
Hey, we
so
was
what
on
you
for
saying?
like 7 hours yesterday, man.
Oh, that was a little light work there.
I went to sleep, woke up, and people were going. I was like, okay, let me hop up in here. I ain't got shit to do. 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But yeah.
Are you done for the night, Cal?
Whew, boy, shit.
Yeah, I think you're done, man.
Yeah, buddy, it's close. I can't lie, my friend. I'm struggling right now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm struggling hard. If I was on the move. We was rolling, and niggas started talking too slow and shit, man. You know what I mean? Making niggas split. Motherfuckers
Hey,
talking too slow.
you from the town, that's why, man. You from the town.
Niggas talking too slow, man. My mind's
Hey,
relax and shit.
I'm only an hour and a half, 2 hours away from you, man. I know what goes down out there, man. I'm right down the 101. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. I'll probably slide in the boxing session later, man. All I gotta say is, motherfuckers better hope Comey don't beat Lomachenko, or else that shit's locked up. Dibella got it on lock. Ain't nobody getting a chance.
Lock, super.
They're gonna make that a trilogy just to make sure that they get fights out of it. So, man,
you know what I always say is always the business first. Business
always.
First. Fans are down the list.
Yeah, that's why I say the fans need to put their money so they can get something in return.
That's true, but yeah, likelihood of that happening is slim.
I don't remember the last pay-per-view I bought. Fuck, probably Spence Porter. No, Wilder. No, Wilder Fury.
That wasn't enough, man. Richard Coleman and Cambosis. And
Fred, I got these honey roasted pistachios, man. You ever had them?
Yeah, I've had them. Those are addictive.
Yeah, I can't find the big bag of them, so I had to buy the box with the assorted flavors in it.
Yeah.
From Sam's today. I just don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth, but I'm eating them, Jones. That's first pack. It's pretty good.
Don't bring no cashews to me, man.
Yeah, cashews. I like cashews too.
Cashews, the white man's peanut.
White man's peanut. Well, I be eating that white man's peanut.
You do, huh? That's what she said.
Yep.
Oh, Kyle, wait now. All of a sudden you're awake. Look at this.
Start cracking some jokes, man. We up, huh?
Hey, that's gonna be your wake up word is cashews. From now on, I'm gonna see you dozing off. It's cashews.
White man's peanut.
Why not they get off me?
I'm confused on why you call it the white man's peanut.
God rest
Give me a little history. Why you call it the white man's peanut?
Nigga, can I get it out? This motherfucker Centos, he always want to tell you to do something, overtalk you for 5 minutes.
You know, you be stuttering sometimes, so I don't be understand what you're saying sometimes.
Anyway, God rest his soul. Al Payton, which is Gary Payton's dad, he my homeboy Jeremy, shout out to my boy Jeremy Dixon. He was like, hey, we was all chilling at my boy at Al's house, right? And my boy had some cashews. He said, "You want some cashews?" He said, "Man, I want the white man's peanut." That shit was funny as hell, dog. So ever since then, I've been saying it's the white man's peanut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, man, it's the white man's peanut.
I wasn't sure. That's why I asked you that. I was wondering because I know I had to do a paper on Gary. What's his name? Was Garrett A. Morgan? No. What's my man name that developed the peanut?
Carver. George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver. That's right. Yeah, I did a paper on both of them. I got them all mixed up now. But the first essay I ever wrote was on Garrett A. Morgan. Then I did the second one on George Washington Carver. That's why I was asking that. I was just wondering. I know somebody else developed the cashier, and he just did the regular peanuts or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I figured the technology came from Carver. So I was just checking. That's all. It wasn't no big
Well, Planters made the honey roasted.
Yeah, I'm eating the white man's pistachio right now.
Oh my God. Any last words, Centos?
Man, hey,
We'll finish this convo tomorrow.
I'm gonna say thanks Fred for his platform and giving us all the community to come to and top it up with one another to encourage, enrich, and enlighten one another. But I also want to say, hey, let's not do all the E's that I just named. Let's add one more E, and that's empower. Let's not tell each other we can't do something. Let's make it happen. Let's put that foot forward and let's believe.
Right.
We can do it.
Right. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Usher 305.
Yeah, I got a little deacon in me too sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'm the dirty deacon, as you probably know over at TBS, you understand?
Shout out to Deacon 305.
That's a new nickname for me.
All right. We got you.
Filthy. Man, it's filthy.
Man, I just want to say, I mean, this is boxing shit is a toxic marriage to me, man. And so no matter how much I talk shit and complain, I'm still gonna stick with this bitch until the very end, man.
Listen, you gotta be like Will Smith, man. You gotta be like Will Smith. You gotta know your wife ain't shit. You gotta know you ain't leaving her, but you just do your shit on the side.
Boxing is the Jada Pinkett Smith of sports, man. God damn.
You don't mix it.
If anything's ever had an entanglement, it's definitely boxing.
Oh,
man. Listen. And then they talk bad about you. Then they talk bad about you on wax.
God damn. For the whole world to see.
Hey, shout out to the LB twins today, Tank and Leonard. Boy, these motherfuckers.
Oh man, the LB twins. Yeah.
Didn't they sound just alike though? Hey, Tank passed for LB's son though, like for real.
Hey, I forgot to mention real quick. Tank just came out with an interview with the Nelk Boys. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nelk Boys. They have a podcast. The Nelk Boys.
Spell it.
NELK. They got about NELK. They got about 7 million followers. They fucking started off with pranks and kind of branded themselves. Got their own shit, their own clothing, all that shit. But they started a podcast. Great interviews. They got Shaq on one of them. They got Tank recently, and Tank was talking about he's not going to fight Jake Paul because he's focused on real boxing. He's not at the level of Canelo, Pacquiao, and Mayweather yet, and he don't want people to look at him as a joke and all that other shit. So I would say from Tank's side, he seems focused on really trying to make a legacy, but I mean Mayweather is holding him back.
Man, it's a business.
Yeah, but I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I'll be at the boxing session, Kyle.
Thank you, Max, for that. Thank you, Santos. Thank you, DJ, and thank you everyone else. Thank you for all the phone calls, and thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Unique Don, and thank you, DJ. My phone keeps kicking me off. I'm back in the chat. Thank you, DJ. Again, thank you.
Yeah, man. Another great show, Fred.
This was a fun show. It was a fun show.
Man, as sleepy as I was, man, the shit was still good, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's the people that make the show.
Man, I'm telling you, man, this shit.
They was like when when DJ was talking, it was like he's right. When Cinto started talking, fear. In the chat. That was good. That was good stuff. That was some good stuff, man. Hey, Paul Rivera said they coming. They coming. Oh man.
That's so
oh man, thank you.
Hey, I heard y'all, but man, my phone's tripping, man. It's talking about my
you about to
data.
do something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kick you out.
The feds is listening.
Don't be afraid.
Listening.
Fear not.
Peace. Hallelujah.
Man.
And you know who else ain't been in here in a minute? Ever since we had that remember what's his name? Pastor Paul. Terrence Bailey. Where you at, Terrence Bailey? We miss you.
Yeah, I ain't seen him. Man.
You ain't been in here in 2 weeks. You know who else you missed? But I called him, make sure he was okay.
65-year-old.
Yeah, I called him. So he good. What's up, Anthony? Appreciate you. Thank you, Anthony. The Village brother. He out there in San Pedro.
What's up with Bryce?
He gonna call it. Christmas break is coming up. You know what I mean? He probably either in a boarding school or rehab. I don't know which one. So hopefully he's okay.
That girl broke his heart like a motherfucker, boy.
Man, his friend broke his heart. Took his jersey and his girl. Damn. Man, that's rough. That's rough on an 8th grader.
All in 1 week though.
Whew.
Shit.
Damn, that's rough. I never thought about it till just now. That's rough on a kid. Imagine in the 8th grade, your friend takes your girl and your jersey, dog. Like, whoo, that's
in
rough.
the same week though.
That's rough. That's rough.
Oh shit! Hold on, real quick before we go though. Shout out to the unified champion.
Oh, he got stuff now.
Yeah. Go online, go get y'all some merch, man. Shout out to the unified champion, the first unified champion in the first unified champion at 122 in Philadelphia history, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't make black men that little no more.
Nah, they can fight his ass off though. Oh shit, Tone Brown in the building.
What's up, Tone Brown? What's up, man? Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, most definitely. That nigga fought his ass off, man.
He did. I can't wait to watch the fight.
Man, I just watched that shit again, dog. That motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Devin, and you're going to the Devin Haney fight, right?
Yeah, but I thought your ass was going, man.
I'm not going.
Damn.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm definitely gonna stay here.
So the only person that'll get you out the house is Earl.
I mean Earl Terrence Crawford. I'm almost certain I'll go to that one. But if all the media go to that, I'm not going because I want to cover it from home. You know, we'll see. I think Earl Terrence Crawford for sure. I think Earl Terrence Crawford, especially if it's in Vegas. It has to be in Vegas. There's no other place like it. That would be dope.
I'll be honest with you, man. Vegas for the fights, I don't see what all the hype is all about.
You got something to do after the fight. You in the casino, you know. It's life after the party, before the party, and all that stuff. You know, after the fight.
But being at the fight out there, it really ain't shit, dog.
And the casino's got expository income, you know. Because once you go to a fight at the MGM, it's a lifetime contract with the fans. I'm staying at the MGM. You know what I mean? Once you go one time. All right, Kyle falling asleep, man. And the word, come on, Kyle, get me out of here.
In the words of the great philosopher, DB Fredro, play the song, Fred.
Gotcha. Go to bed, man. Go to bed.
Hey,
go to bed, man.
Hey, listen, I'm calling out tomorrow anyway, bro.
You are?
Oh, man, I'm fucked up, Fred. I'm fucked up, man. I've been burning a candle at both ends and shit. You know what I mean?
Now, what you need to do is fake an injury.
I got close. We switching companies, so I gotta wait.
Unique Don, what's up, Ma? Dimitri, what's up, Brian Kittens? Thank you for coming into the show. Anthony, man, you gotta come in and man, beam in. DOG, beam in. We need you, man. Beam in. Bo said, man. Did I say that name? Bo said. Appreciate it. Tone Brown, welcome home, man. Welcome home. Eric, thank you, dog. Wayne, man, we ain't nothing without y'all, man. Village, brother, man. Tell a friend, man. Let's get to 600 next week. We've been averaging 500 people the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Let's get to 600, man. Share this shit. You know what I mean? Mark Club 57, Mark West, a big homie. No, hey, Mark West, the even homie. Because the devil is alive. What's up, West Virginia? Thank you, man, for your support. Thank you, dog. DOG, man. Respect my tech. Appreciate you, big homie. You out of here already, right? D Will, what it do?
Peoples Hernandez.
Pete Hernandez in the building. What it do? Highwayman, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, man. Brian, man, appreciate you, man. 817 is always funny. Always funny. Because 2-Eye Earl is back.
What y'all gonna do now?
What y'all gonna do now? What's up, Earl? Holla at your boy, Earl. We miss you, man. Man, hey, these long form interviews are so important, man. You just really can't get your teeth into these 3-minute interviews, man. I'm excited. Blue Blood is in Vegas, so I'm excited to see his content.
Yeah, me too. Always excited to see Blue Blood.
It's my personal segment. Running game like I'm ASIC. It'd be great to see what Blue Blood got. That'll be amazing.
Yeah. So I was gonna fuck around and go to that tank fight too, but if it was Rolly though, Fred, I'd have went for sure. Easy. It was easy. You know what I'm saying? It was an easy choice if it was Rolly.
Hey, thank you, Darren. I stand on that, friend.
So what part of the song did you write, Fred?
What part of the what?
What part of the song did you write?
Basically all of it. We all co-wrote the song. I'm intertwined in all of it. Things to take it personal, cause the devil is a lie. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Tomorrow gonna be a great show. We get to close out the show. Devin, Haney, boycott Tank Davis. Don't give Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby your money, man. Don't give Leonard Ellaby and Floyd your money. I'm urging y'all. Support Devin Haney. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you, Darren. Very informative, man. All right, Kyle, go to bed, man. Love y'all. Love you.
Hey, I'm on a boxing section, man. I'm gonna fall asleep on my
We going to the after party. I'll be over there. Thank you.
Most definitely. Hey, listen, I'm gonna get it so everybody can come on, and I'm getting the hell off.
Appreciate you, big homie.
It's all good, big